You see, it's more than just virtual. In the past, we had virtual acknowledgments. We probably put a banner up there and said, hey, you got male fighter of the year, female fighter of the year, sub of the year. But now you get this trophy, right? And so these trophies have your name on it. I don't know if you see, but I mean, you'll have your name on there or have the category you won. And so it's a big deal. You got yours too? There we go. Hey.
You hear me? Hey, you feel me? I would like to I'd like to thank my mama. She gave birth to me. I would also like to shout out my dad. He gave me my name. So we here. Every year we're doing a little better.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Every year we're upping the ante just a little bit more. And so, and this year, like, especially when we're talking about how we up the ante, I want to take a little bit of time to really talk about the judging process, because that's where we're really up the ante. So a year ago, the first time we did it, we had about 20 judges. This year, we had, you see, 36 judges. You see that? 36 judges. Yeah, that's just huge. That's huge.
That's a lot.
And so I just want to talk just a little bit about how we were able to get 36 judges and the way that we kind of broke it down, and sort of the format of the voting process. Because people want to know, like, how did I get my video submitted? Did I get my video submitted? Was it actually considered for the running? How did people actually choose winners? And so here it is. I'm going to give you the beans. I'm going to spill the beans now. I'm going to give you what the format is. And so what we did was there was a formal invitation. And so I don't know if you saw, but on all the Streetbeefs Facebook groups, we posted a formal invitation. And so in that informal invitation, people got to submit themselves to be a judge. They signed up, and they gave their reasons why. They gave the reasons why they wanted to sign up. They said, hey, this is why I want to be a judge. And not only that, we asked them, well, who are in your top 5 in all these different categories? So they were able to kind of pre-front some of these categories, preload them with names and fights that they had in mind. And so once we got that formal invitation, I looked at, well, who's all in the room making these decisions? And so we want to do, as we do every single time, is minimize as much bias as possible. And so what we did, I looked at, and I mean, you have to understand, Tunde and I are from LA, so we know that there's kind of a West Coast slant here. We know we're from the West Coast. We kind of grew up with the Streetbeefs West Coast group. And so we knew that once we put out the invitation, the application, that there was going to be tons of West Coast fighters signing up for it. And so what we did was look at the list and said, okay, well, how do we balance this? And so what we did now was to minimize some of the bias, to make sure that they were considering people outside their own coast and branch. We did a informal invitation where we actually invited people to come into the space so that it can kind of even out the scorecards or even out the judges. And so we brought in some OG fighters, and we also brought in some other branches like Scrapyard. We brought in some of those judges to come and be part of that as well. And so I want to break the judges down into 4 different categories. So the first one was, we had Streetbeefs fighters. So that's our tier 1 judges. So they're the ones who fight, and they go in there and they fight, they sign up. And so we wanted to make sure that they were present and being part of this discussion. The second tier we had was our admins and mods. And so to minimize more bias, to make sure that people weren't voting for the people in their own branches, we got mods and admins who facilitate conversations across all branches to be part of this judging. And so we got a number of them there. And our third was content creators. And so you have a number of folks in the space who are just like Heart in a Fight, where we're watching fights, we're a fan of the fighters, and we create content. And so that's what we did. We brought them on as well, because they have their own unique vantage point and perspective that they can offer to the judge and to the judging process. And then lastly, tier number 4, which we brought in supporters and fans. And so we reached out to people we know that they watch, but they're not necessarily in the Facebook groups. They're not in the groups that we're a part of. And so we brought them on and said, hey, I know you recognize these fighters. I know you've seen these fights. Let us know. Give us your give us your vote. And so it was broken down into 4 different tiers, and that ended up with our 36 judges who voted on, I'm talking about a large, extensive list of candidates for every single category. I know that was a mouthful. I know there was a lot going on, but you have to understand that this thing was really complex. It was very comprehensive, and we took the time. It took about a month to get the voting process finalized. And so just imagine that, a month of voting, going through the polls, like categories where had like 40 to 50 different fighters and fights that people had to see in each different category. So there was a lot that had to go into this. So this wasn't just me and Tunde just in the backyard or going to some whiteboard and choosing, okay, this is our favorite fighter, so this is who we're going to give it to. No, what it was a community of judges who come together and said, okay, this is who are going to be our top 10 and then our top 5. And then with that, it gave us all the scores that we needed to evaluate who were the top 5 for each category and who won. So there it goes. That's what our voting system was and our voting process was. And so next year, I would imagine that we're probably going to get 50 or 60 judges. Sure. So it's only going to get bigger, y'all. For sure. And more complex.
All the more complex. For sure.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I'm excited to get straight to the winners. Are we at that portion in the show?
No, actually, I want to bring on some of the judges. And so if we can bring on a few of the judges to have that conversation, because again, I don't want these judges to be invisible, right? And so I want to make sure that you get word of mouth, right? You get their context, you get to learn what went into their decision making when they nominated certain candidates for each category. So if we can bring on some of the judges so we can have that conversation.
Let's do it. We're going to do it all out. What's going on?
Yo.
What's good?
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, y'all.
Hey.
Are we clear?
Oh, no problem. Thank you for voting, man. So let's get into it. How was this process for y'all? Was it hard to select fighters? Was it easy? Let's talk about it.
So difficult. There were so many choices, so many just so close. You're just sitting here watching footage, just
so much footage.
And so, how much time would y'all say y'all dedicated to looking over footage to make your selection?
Yeah, for me, when I went in to do it, I was like,
Yeah, go ahead.
I know for me, I went into it, I thought, I watched all these fights. I'm going to go in there. I'm just going to knock off the list, vote. And then I started.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties. I mean, it happens.
He'll come
so,
back.
Ryu, Simke, yeah, he'll come back.
I want to say it was a lot because, like I said, I'm watching the fights. Then I'm going back. I'm watching. Okay, let me see this particular category. Let me just really watch it. For KO, the submissions wasn't as bad because you could just get to the parts you got to see. But when it's fight of the year or just fighter overall, you're just sitting here watching a ton of fights. All right, quality of fights, who they fight, who they knock out. It's just so many little things that you're just trying to balance out to say, how can I judge this as fair as possible?
Yeah.
Mm.
I know, for me, I'm familiar with a lot of people, and it was regardless, I still had to familiarize myself with so many people I didn't know about. You know what I mean? How I didn't know Money Mel, I don't know, because he's that guy, right? That up and comer. But it was definitely cool because you got to catch up. In a sense, at least for me, I got to do a lot of catching up. But yeah, a lot of time, a lot of rewatching videos, especially if I felt oh man, these two fights could have been tied for first place. Let me rewatch it. And then it's let me not be biased. Yeah, it was some work. I enjoyed it though. Enjoyed it.
That's dope, man. Bushido, what was your experience like?
Man, I mean, I watch Streetbeefs videos every single day, you know. So honestly, it's for me something I like to do is I'll watch a fight and then I'll watch it back again on like 75% speed. And what's cool is it really opens up like the slips and the real subtle like movements and positioning of body, and like you know, you get to see more of the art in the dance. And so I do a lot of that for you know, just to see a little different part of the fight. But I think, you know, just watching them over and over and over is just what you can do, and then you got to make a choice at some point, you know. So
Yeah, man.
Anything that surprised you when you went through the application process or when you went through the selection process?
Probably that I got picked.
Bro said me being on the list, actually.
Besides, like, just being picked as a judge, I was like, oh, me? Like, me? All right. And seeing that I actually made it to one category, I was like, I was not expecting that at all. But there's just so many fights and there's fighters. It's just so hard to just narrow that list down to just 5. I don't even know how you guys did that, to be honest. Just narrowing that down to 5. You guys are the real heroes here.
Yeah, hey, the template y'all gave us, the template was amazing that y'all gave us. Like, it showed that y'all put in some work too. Like, for sure.
Yeah. We tried to make it as easy as possible, because we know that, like, had we just asked y'all, like, hey, go search and do your own research, you know, it'd have been difficult for y'all. So we had to at least present you with something after y'all gave us y'all information. And so let's talk about, like, you know, was there a moment that you, or more specifically, what do you think this moment, like having an award show, what do you think it does for Streetbeefs?
Man, what's crazy is just seeing the level of growth and seeing the production level now, and just like Daniel was saying, you know, how many people want to be involved now and are just like itching to be a part of Heart in the Fight, and realizing that, you know, it's really helping Streetbeefs and Streetbeefs fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just providing so much material, and so it's really cool to see the growth for me. That's what was surprising, honestly.
I gotta agree, especially after the big East versus West event, seeing how much harder the fight covered that event, getting a real behind the look at the fighters before the fight, after the fight. Just how you guys present us as more than just fighters. To me, that was just like, you're so amazing how you see another side to people that you wouldn't normally think about, honestly. Like, why people are fighting, seeing the brotherhood after the fight. There's no bad blood. It's just amazing what you guys were able to create and build upon with Streetbeefs.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Truth. That's the truth right there.
Yeah, man.
So let me ask the question a little bit different. Do y'all think that having an award show like this is important for Streetbeefs, and why?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you know, like, for some of these guys, you know, like, this means way more than just the fight. You know what I mean? Just getting to the fight, you know what I mean, can be a fight. You know what I'm saying? And you never know what's going on in people's lives. You know what I'm saying? That's got them, you know, fighting in the first place. You know, so to be recognized and to be appreciated, you know, before you put your time in, you know, when people recognize, hey, this guy's doing something, you know, that means something, you know, that means something to people.
Well said, man.
I definitely agree with that, because I mean, like, there's only but so many belts, you know. There's only but so many belts, so many championships, so many people's chambers that we can have at a time. So just having this big award show at the end of the year just seems to me, like you said, so much to fighters, because I know so many guys who are just so entertaining to watch. They're just so good. You're just like, man, that guy's not fighting for the belt, but he's just so good. I want to give him something. I want to celebrate how good he is somehow. I think my camera died. I hate it here.
It works out, man.
Hey,
It's a good thumbnail.
It works out. It works out.
No, but yeah, this having an award show is, man, it's important. I mean, everyone already kind of talked about all the points, you know, but geez, it's just it means a lot to the fighters, you know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to get in the cage and fight, just in general, you know what I'm saying? So to do it multiple times and then to be, you know, nominated for an award, that's cool. That's a level of depth that, you know, that a lot of backyard fight organizations don't have, and we have it. And so it's cool. I mean, these awards mean a lot.
For sure. And we happy to give them out, man.
Yeah, and with that, let's actually give them out. And so, oh yeah, the time is here. We can get our first category down. And so thank you, gentlemen. So for those who are watching, the judges will be coming back. And so they'll be in our backstage. And so they'll be coming back for the appropriate categories to bring up why they chose their particular fighter or the particular winner for this award. So thank you, judges. Appreciate you all giving us some context. Right, it wasn't an easy process. It was very complex. Really, a lot of hard decisions that had to be made. And so with that, let's actually, for those who don't know, we're bringing on our third member. So we're going to have a third member in this broadcast. Oh, yeah. Heart in the Fight's own. Well, he's really Streetbeefs West Coast own, but we're claiming Heart in the Fight's own.
What
What's up, gentlemen? How we doing?
Hey, we good, man.
Good. Yo, good. Exactly. Cheers.
Cheers. What happened? What perhaps may be in that cup of yours?
Deucey. Douce. The cognac. Yeah. Deucey, bitches. Nah, it's just, hey, shout out Bricks. My man Bricks got that for me. I mean, he got that for him, but then he forgot it in my truck, so then he got that for me.
Then he passed it on to you. I see.
Yeah. No, that's my man's right there, man. I love me some Bricks.
Hey,
hey, what's up, DTP? Hey, for real though, that y'all did such a good job setting up the whole voting and everything like that. Such an amazing, like, process. The process was just super dope, man. It really was.
Yeah. Hey, again, I want to just shout out. This is the part in the show where we shout out Daniel. Look, that is that man over there.
For real.
That's why we call him the Wizard. He does so much.
I don't think y'all understand how much effort he puts into this. Like, I know you look at him right now and you go, he looks like he does taxes for rappers, but he doesn't. But he doesn't. This man is on point with everything. Like, from the scheduling to the planning, like, he keeps me on track. He keeps 619 on track. He keeps Tunde on track. Keeps all on track. And on top of that, he's having a baby. He's got another kid that's taking up a lot of his attention. He's got so much stuff going on, man. I can't imagine being in his shoes. You just a busy dude. We thank you, Daniel. We really, really do, man. Mad love for you, homie.
Oh, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love, y'all. Appreciate the love. But it ain't about me. Yeah, there's taxes. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that line. I'm gonna put that in my email signature. I do taxes for
my head right now. That shit popped in my head right now. Yeah.
All right. Well, we certainly appreciate, I mean, you being on the show. Is there a particular category that you are interested in? One that kind of catches your eye?
Bro, entertaining fighter of the year, like the most entertaining fighter of the year. Yeah, that. Oh my God, dude, it's. I love that because my goal as a fighter, as you guys can probably tell, I don't train, don't really care if I win or lose, but my goal as a fighter is to be entertaining. So somebody that can do that, somebody that can walk in there and put on a show, and on top of that, dominate at times, that shit blows my mind. So entertaining fighter of the year is probably my favorite category.
Yeah, and we'll talk about your decision on who you chose. But before we go there, let's actually go to our first award category, and that is. Should we just play it or should we just announce it? You know what? We'll play it and then we'll have a discussion. Yes.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it.
I'm from Harlem, New York, from a little village called Africa. They told me to go back to it, but I'm not leaving. I don't have to tell you that I served in the military. I don't have to tell you that I served my block. All you need to know is that I'm the African, and I'm here to stay. Yeah.
Thomas said, scoop that, scoop that, grab that, bow, drop that in. What else is here?
5'8", 260, Pitbull Matthew, you know, King, Mike Tyson Jr. Yo, if you got a dream, fulfill your dream. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do your dreams. Go fulfill your love, whatever you want to do. Yo, check this out. Everybody do the Pitbull Matthew. Hey, it's Pitbull Matthew. Everybody know my name. Hey, it's the Pitbull and you already know. Mike Tyson Jr., Felix Jr., Antonio Tava Jr., Kimbo Slice Jr., Muhammad Ali Jr. It's Pitbull, baby. Let's do that.
Then I'm black, 5'11", 195. You never know how strong you can be until being strong is the only thing you got. Shout out Breast Cancer Awareness Month. R.I.P. my cousin. It's the oldest shirt I own. Family. That's all I got.
Venom Black, baby.
But you gotta know, it's my camp too. Warrior camp. In me forever. Pensacola, Norfolk. 757.
Stand up.
Stand up. Big line. Let's work, Warrior.
He's scared, Venom.
Let's work, Warrior.
Dude, that's so dope. I was so surprised to see myself right there right now. I was like, me? Bro, hey, I was there when Walk did that intro, and you should have seen everybody's face. They were like, ain't nobody knew what he was doing. Then he started just passing shit out to everybody. Yeah.
Hey man, so
Yeah, I remember when he was doing that, and Esteban at some point had to tell him, "Hey, no, you actually have to say your name. You have to say your name and your weight and your height."
Yeah. Hey, do y'all remember Walk's first intro ever that he did? He just went like this. He goes, and the entirety of Streetbeefs West Coast thought he was deaf. Swear to God, I thought he was deaf because when the round was over, somebody threw a glove in at him too. So we were like, maybe he's just deaf. We didn't know. We thought he was deaf for like 6 months. For real, I thought he couldn't hear, man.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, fight's over."
Yeah, like they were telling him and everything. Yeah, the African. Hey, that man's got a deep ass intro though. That was deep, bro. That shit hits you. I've seen that like 100 times. That shit still hits me right in the feels.
Well, let me tell you why I appreciate intros, man. So since I got into understanding street beefs, intros for me is an art form, bro. Simply because like so many people take their time to like intimidate their opponent. That's the typical route, right? Like they stare down, they say their name, they say nothing, and that's it. And so for the people that go above and beyond that, I think it reveals a portion about them, because if you go above and beyond and then win, it's kind of like you are shaking up the formula of what you're supposed to be doing. And so for the African and for Venom Black to take those moments to be like, you're going to fight and y'all are choosing to raise awareness about a moment, choosing to tell a story about yourself, like letting us into who you are before you fight. I think that reveals something about them as a fighter.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, especially when you, as you said, right, they're in the moment. They're about to go into combat. They're about to fight. And the thing that comes to mind is to deliver a message for the world.
Man.
And so they're thinking outside of themselves, right? They're thinking about all the viewers. And Wedo's just, when Wedo's about to fight, Wedo's just chilling on the gate.
Bro, honestly, when you get in there and I'm just in the zone, man. He got Wedo face on. Hey, you just get in the zone, man. You just get ready to do it, Yeah.
Yeah, I you know what, Kevin from IT, I do think that it is I don't know if you should rehearse it, because it seems like the most impactful ones are the ones where they tapping into something in that moment. So I don't think it's something you can rehearse, bro. I think it's more so something that you should be aware of. Like, what are you going to do with this 10 to 15 seconds that you have on?
Yep. You okay, Tunde?
Yeah. Oh, and can I speak a little bit?
You go, fam. You go.
Pause. Damn, that's crazy.
All right, and so what we could do, what we're going to do now is actually announce the winner. So once the winner is announced, we're going to bring up a judge to talk about why they chose this particular fighter as their number one candidate for this category, and then we're going to bring up the winner. And so with that, time has come to show the winner of Fight Intro.
Bro, absolutely. Right. Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Damn,
Venom Black. And so you chose Venom Black as your number one candidate for that particular category. Why? What was it about that intro that inspired you to choose his above everyone else's? And remember, we had a large group of people who gave good intros. Why him?
It was just so impactful. I don't know if it was just from being there, just seeing it live happen in front of me. I don't know if that played a big part into it, but just seeing him show with the face paint, just brought the whole family in the cage, just raising awareness, just putting his whole heart out there before he's about to. My Dream 6 when I've been going back and forth the whole time, the big build up. And you expect them to throw some words before the fight, but instead he comes in, he just puts his heart on his sleeve and just puts it all out there. It was just so different and unexpected, at least for me. It just really hit different,
It really did. It really did. Like it was I don't know, man. It's just real deep when you go out there and, like you said, you put your heart on your shoulder, let everybody see who you are, and then you beat the shit out of my friend.
Yeah, you beat the shit out of my friend.
Oh, real talk.
I love Wedo, y'all. I love
that. I think for me, it's kind of like you hear that intro, and then you hear like the stuff that's going on with Venom Black, and it reveals that like we said, like these fighters are multifaceted. They're going through their own fights personally, right? And so I don't want to say too much because I don't know who knows, but like some information about Venom Black's situation came out, and so now we get insight as to why there were those pauses. Like you can see him going to those moments where he's talking about a specific person, and he has the shirt, he has his family. I remember he was on the show a couple times, and he was like, "Look, I can't lose because my daughter gonna be there, my family gonna be there. I'm not losing in front of my family." And so like you understand how meaningful that moment is, and he let us see that in the intro, which I think right before a fight, like you're going to fight somebody and you let us see you be vulnerable before you fight.
That's huge.
You feel me? Like that's
huge.
This is the realest shit. It really is.
100%.
Yeah, and then for those who weren't there, they didn't see like there was like music playing, like he was being walked in, just like a professional fight. Like, he was being walked in. There was like music being played. He had his own entourage walk him in, and so it was a scene. And for him, like you said, you had to really be there because I've never seen. Yeah, a walk-in just like that. And so I just thought he pushed the boundaries on what a walk-in could be.
Yeah.
I think at one point someone had to ask him, "Hey, is that music copyrighted?" They wanted to make sure, like, could they play the entire walk-in, because that was a scene. Yeah,
it was so good. That whole event was like nothing I've ever experienced before. Like nothing I've ever experienced before. Like everybody was. I know when we got there, everybody was kind of tense. You could see it. Everybody was kind of tense, and all of a sudden, people just started chopping it up, and the whole atmosphere just changed, and everything was cool, man. Everything was so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, let's actually bring up Venom Black.
DB.
DB, how you feeling, man? Venom Black.
Is he blow drying his hair right now?
He's trying to get into the mood.
Hey, Venom.
He might be.
I don't think he knows he's on.
I don't even know we're here.
Nah, he don't know he's on yet. You think he's still backstage? He vacuumed.
Hey, that's a.
I love it. I love it. So that's a family man right there. I'll vacuum.
Hey, Venom Black.
Oh, he's stripping. He's stripping. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
That's hilarious.
Right, so,
and so what we can do is we can just bring him back on to talk about it.
Let's bring him back on in a minute.
Bro, why do I freeze in the worst position?
there we go.
And so that's the complication for those who see this show. Just know that there's tons of layers to this show, like bringing people on, bringing people off. Yeah. And so there's just so much that goes in the background that people just don't know. And so if you see us like even looking away, just know that we're responding to messages. We're responding to people trying to hit us up about a number of things. And so that could be the case for him, number of things, but we'll bring him back on. But before we do that, let's actually bring the second category up.
Let's do it. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's go.
KG coming out of Mesa AZ. Hey, this one for my family, y'all. Their dog just died. We're gonna get a knockout for him.
Demon Monsoon went down here to a boxing gym. Sensation, 5'10", 135.
Open arm, fighting out of basic rules.
So what do you think about that category?
Most improved, man. Like I remember seeing there's a couple guys in there that leaps and bounds. KT is a perfect example. When that man first came to the yard, he was just throwing punches. His second fight, he was a boxer. I know Sensation too. Sensation was I remember seeing his first couple fights, and he did a decent job, but he didn't really use all his tools in his first couple fights. When he came back, his second few fights, I mean, you can see it. I believe it was from the second to the third that you can see such a drastic change in that man. He came in with an IQ, with like a solid fighting IQ, and that's not you don't see that a lot from a lot of guys. Like there's just a few guys in all the street beefs that you can look at and go, that dude has a really good fight IQ. You know what I mean? I think he's one of them though. Yeah. Some of these guys are completely different.
And the thing that I really appreciate about some of those guys is that they're willing to put themselves in the fire. Mm-hmm. Like when we think about these guys who are the most improved, that means they're constantly coming into the cage, constantly going into the ring, fighting, testing new things out, testing their own self-training, and to see that so they have a track record. You can actually see their improvements over time through every
you can watch it. And honestly, Golden Arms is a good example of that too, because you can watch him come into his first couple fights, ducking his head, throwing haymakers. And then he fought Bearded King. He was setting things up. He was throwing nice jabs. He was double jabbing a couple times. So you can watch his improvement as well. That's all I got to say about him.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was just interested in your Golden Arms. Definitely was on there. And y'all had a very interesting presser. And the fact that y'all fight got canceled, I was expecting a little bit more energy. But,
so this show right here isn't about Golden Arms and I. This show is about a lot of other fighters. So let's pull that in the presser. I'll talk about how much I'm going to hurt that man later.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Tunde, don't stir up the pot. Just let it.
You try to stir it. Oh, punk ass Tunde trying to stir pot.
No, I'll leave it alone. You're right. This ain't the time.
He is like a playground instigator. I thought
this isn't the time nor the place.
Nah, this ain't the time, man.
But I do want to say, out of all of them, I think Golden Arms is looking nice. And I mentioned this the last time we had our conference. Golden Arms has definitely been on the up and up. And I remember seeing him live against Bearded King. I just remember, he looks like a completely different fighter from when he fought 619. And so my hat is for Golden Arms. Oh,
so you voting? I love how he's voting. He just put in a vote. And so we'll see. Well, let's see what the judges actually picked. And so with that, let's actually pull up the winner.
All right. So
he's stirring that pot, boy.
Yeah, he sure is. He like that gumbo.
Yeah, he does.
You really? Hey, let's do it.
Hey, Tiny Tank.
What up?
Tiny
How you
Tank.
doing, man?
Welcome to the show, man.
Good, man. Happy as hell. This is so dope.
Isn't it though? It's so cool.
It's cool as hell. Well, congrats to Streetbender real quick.
Let's do it. So let's talk about it. Why did you put your vote in for Streetbender?
Well, a lot of reasons. Streetbender came in just wrestling. He stepped up his first fight ever against Shinigami in the sandbox. I remember my conversation with him. Like he just went and did it. He wasn't training. He wasn't doing anything like that. He just wanted to make stuff happen. And throughout this past year, man, he's just been putting in work, getting as many fights as he can. And every single fight that I see him in, he improved. So it was kind of a no-brainer to me. All the other guys as well have shown tons of improvement. But I think the deciding factor for me was a few months back, Streetbender called me out to be my returning fight. And I was like, all right. And then after a few fights that I seen him, I was like, nah. So that's a big difference right there. I was like, all right.
So you voted for him because you scared to fight Streetbender? Is that what you're saying?
There you go. Weddle has it.
See, I can do it too, Tunde. I can do it too. I'd be stirring pots.
I ain't do nothing.
Yeah.
And
Nah, he does. He has. You can see that, like when he first got here, he didn't really have a lot of striking ability at all. His first couple fights, he was just kind of throwing hands, like most of us do when we get in there. You just trying to hit somebody. But he came back in his couple fights after that with a boxing IQ, with a striking IQ,
and you can really see that knowledge as well as when he's at events, man, and he starts cornering people, and he's like letting people know what to set up or what he sees that they can do and stuff. Like he's been studying and he's been training.
He has.
Yeah,
he's watched a lot of YouTube videos.
A lot.
He's watched a lot of YouTube.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's how most of us improve.
Hey, so what's up, Daniel? We present this or what?
Yeah, just show because because here's one of the challenges we did this year that we did before. Last year, we notified all the winners that, hey, make sure you're ready when we come on. This time we said, just watch. And then if you are watching, you know that you won and you can come on. So that's the challenge, is waiting for them to come on and for them to respond.
Yeah.
And so if I were you, since you already have just present it. Just present it.
Hey, so the most improved fighter. Let's get it, yo. These are so dope, by the way, Daniel.
Thank you, brother.
Bro, for real. Just so cool.
Yo, well deserved, man. That's so sick.
Yeah. So Streetbender, if you're listening, if you're watching, you can pick it up from Tiny Tank at the next event. Pick it up from him. And so, well, we appreciate the time, and hopefully when Streetbender comes on, we can bring him on to have that discussion. So I'm glad that we.
To him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So thanks, brother. We appreciate it. I also see that Venom Black is in the back, and so maybe we can bring him on to talk about his win for the intro of the year. Thanks, Tiny Tank.
For sure.
I love it.
Y'all got a loaded cup. You feel me?
Yeah. That man drank almost as much as I do.
Venom Black. What's up, brother?
Oh, well, my man just eating chips. Not even paying attention, but I love it. He's so cool.
Boy, y'all funny.
Hey, bro, I couldn't have picked a cooler motherfucker to beat my friend up. Couldn't have picked a cooler one.
Yo, how long was I on? Because I was.
Well, we know
what's happening.
We know the full list of your house chores. That's how long you was on. We know exactly what you do every day after work.
You said what?
We know your full list of house chores. Yeah, you were vacuuming and shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel simple as hell.
Hey, but how do you feel about winning this award, my man? The best fight intro. Because that shit, hey, real talk, that shit touches a lot of people, man. It really does. A lot of people watch that and it hits them in the feels.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, he might have been.
What I won? What? Hold on. Hey,
this is hilarious.
Yo, I was in there watching the football game, playing with the dog on backstage. I look up and I don't want to what? Hold on. I didn't even.
Hey, I love this. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won an award, bro. You won best fight intro.
Best fight intro.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man,
yeah, it was the intro you did against. It was the intro you did against 619.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
that
a lot
was
of people.
A very special one. That was very special.
Yeah, like I said, it touches a lot of people. Besides 619, you touch them a lot too. I'm done. 619, I love you.
Man, thank you, though. I appreciate it, man. Anything that y'all recognize me for, you know what I'm saying? So it's always a blessing just to be on this show type of thing. So I don't never really take nothing up here for granted. So to anybody who's ever voted or whatever, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
To be a winner is a winner.
Yes, sir. We talked to Ryu, and he was one of the judges that voted for you, and he said that like your words touched him a lot. And then I also commented on the fact that like we're learning more about like what's going on with you personally, the intro that you did during the fight with 619 lets us know like what you're going through personally, and we thought that it was strong of you to show that side of yourself right before you're about to get into a fight.
Potentially your biggest fight to date at that point. Like, it really was a big fight, East versus West. It was a huge fight. And to show everybody how vulnerable you were emotionally before that fight, it was huge, man. It touched a lot of people.
Man, that's crazy. I ain't never really think of it like that. I was just, you know what I mean, trying to be a human. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even though I'm tough as fuck when the cage locked, you know what I mean? Sometimes I get weak outside. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's okay to be that way, but you got to always find strength in something. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We do.
And just for my kids to be the moment I knew my kids was coming, I already knew I wanted to fight. So that's just.
I mean, you could have let us know.
What happened?
Clued us, you know, maybe clued us in. I'm over here thinking 619 got a chance and shit.
Yeah, I know, right? I should have known. He was like, damn, he brought his son and his daughter. Oh,
He's not loose.
I'm glad you ain't bring that belt, just so that shit. They ain't even want to even talk about that shit. They had you out there looking regular.
They had you out there looking regular.
So, but hey, I appreciate it, man.
No problem. We appreciate you, brother.
Hey, that was that.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
was dope, man. All these intros that y'all guys are doing, y'all put together. I always appreciative of the effort behind the scenes. It's really great.
Hey, that's the wizard. Hey, shout out to Daniel.
Thanks, man. Thanks. But
I know.
you could get
from one sorcerer to a wizard.
Feel me? Shout out to wizard.
Hey, Venom Black, you can pick up your trophy from Scarface. He has your trophy.
Oh yeah, it's my trophy.
Yes.
Damn, his trophy.
So everyone.
Oh, look at this. They dope
Yes.
too. Look at that. Yeah.
I must have did really good when I created the Venom Black Award, huh? Dang, that's dope. I appreciate it. Hell yeah, I'm gonna put that on the mantle. Everybody's gonna be seeing that bitch.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Just tell him you
Hey,
had
do
no
I get
idea you
another
even
one?
wanted.
Hey.
You got to keep watching. You should actually pay attention this time.
Yeah,
watch
and
the
that
show
goes for
and find out
every
maybe.
person. That goes for
With the rest
every
of us.
contestant. Yeah, exactly. Make sure y'all watching. But
Hey, I'm not
all right,
going
brother. But we
nowhere.
appreciate the time. All right, cool,
Yeah.
brother. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
For sure.
All right. That's funny.
I like that dude, man. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. Man.
He's
But
hilarious.
he just sent out the message. Make sure y'all are focused. Y'all are paying attention, especially you fighters. I see your supporters on here. They're calling for you to either come on the show. They say, I can't wait to have this person on. And you're not even here. You're not even focused. So let's make sure you're ready to go. So as soon as you see your name as the winner, we'll bring up a judge to give you a little bit more time. They give context to why they voted for you, and then you come on. How about that? All right. So with that, let's go to our next category.
All right, so the next category is actually us reflecting. I want to pause. I don't know if people know, we hit 1K subscribers on YouTube. Hey, we hit 1K subscribers. And so that's just a testament to the family that we're growing, the community that we're growing here at Heart in the Fight, man. So we hit the big 1K. I want to say we're like 1K 45. And counting 1K 45 and counting, road to 1K 5. That's where we're at this point. But what we need is for people to watch our content. So we got a lot of people who've been paying attention to our lives. We do a lot of good, and Wedo in the Mexicans podcast. You can see that we do a lot of good live content. It's a lot of things that reflect the moment. We definitely have that, but we have some really good fighter profiles. We got some really good fight breakdowns. And so if you go back to our old content, we're asking that you watch that so you can get familiar with how we do things here at Heart in the Fight. So Daniel, I don't know if you want to talk about some of the variety of our content on the YouTube page.
Yeah, I mean, we have tons of things, right? Not only do we have the shows with Wedo and the Mexican, we also have In the Black and Gorilla with the Most Undisputed. And we have some other shows percolating that we'll talk about later. But
Percolate.
Percolate. I don't know if that's a West Coast thing, but it's certainly, it might be a West Coast. So we have some things in the mix, in the oven baking. But not only that, we have profiles. So we've done some profiles on the Beast. We've done some profiles on Baby Hulk and a number of other folks. We also did some fight breakdowns. And so we have so much different content. We've also done some kind of UFC predictions. And so we continue to create content in hopes that, that it interests you and you can go watch and participate in the future. And so we'll continue to do that. And so with that, we definitely need the watch hours. So if y'all can, right, if you see the thing pop up, because we know how YouTube algorithm works, right? They'll start showing up on, especially when you subscribe, they'll start showing up on your timeline. If you see it, show some love, view it, and see, and also like and subscribe to our stuff so that this thing continues to grow, this platform continues to expand, and we can get more awards out there and more fighters on the shows. And
so I also want to talk about the growth. And this is kind of transitioning into some of the new stuff that we've been venturing and doing. The awards that we have here came out of the funding we were able to generate from the PPV streams. And so just to help y'all understand, like, we're making money, we're not making a lot, but whatever we're creating is going towards elevating our impact in the Streetbeefs community. And so we have the PPV live streams. Daniel, let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the pay-per-view live streams are, especially with the West Coast branch, they're partnered with us, so it allows us to stream their event, what it costs. So it's $9.99 for you to see the action live, to see it in person. We also have Prince KT on there for live commentary with Island Strong on there. We also have $1 Million Hands who's doing the recording at the event. So sometimes we get Wedo who's doing fight interviews. And so you get a bunch of things. So it isn't just like us putting the phone on the cage, but you're getting some feedback, you're getting commentary, you're getting interviews from fighters. And so you get kind of an in-depth, kind of what we see from the UFC and Bellator. You kind of get that experience through our pay-per-view streams that we do. And with that money, right, we purchase the trophies, we ship them out. I mean, these things aren't cheap, especially when you start shipping across the countries and the amount that we have to buy at once. And so just know that whatever money that we get, we're always reinvesting back into the community. And so whenever you see that, make sure you invest. It's just $9.99 once a month. Holla at us.
You feel me? And that's just to let you know the variety of the content that we're producing. I like to say that we are still in our infancy, right? We're still learning to walk. I want to say we're going into year 3 of Hard to Fight existing. And even at this place, we are able to produce an award show and buy trophies for people. So, if anything, we are a rising star of the Streetbeefs community. And I would like to segue that into the rising star fighter in Streetbeefs. And so with that being said, let's get the rising star fighter of the year.
Who we train with, and it's another day in the office, man. Free smoke now, free smoke after. Let's do this shit.
All right, Real Lion, 19 years old. Here to have some fun representing you as a weight. Let's get it. My name's Lil Diesel. I'm 155. All praise to the Most High.
You already know what time it is. You already know what I'm thinking about.
Still very vaccinated here, all the way from Palm Springs, Arkansas. Y'all know what it is.
Hey man, how did y'all even narrow that down, bro? Like, how did anybody even vote for a winner in there? Oh my god, like,
Yeah, that was a tough category.
bro, that's nuts, dude. Because I mean, like, if you watch these guys, some of these guys like Free Smoke made a massive splash. Nasty Native made a massive splash. Like, he got his own branch now. Like, he beat a bunch of people up and then he started running a branch. You know what I mean? Like, and he beat up some of our best people. And then, yeah, Money Mel. That dude is an animal. Little Diesel. Like, when I first watched him come on the scene, I was like, that dude gets some cardio. He's going to be a problem. Guess what he did? Got some cardio. Now he's a problem. He's holding the belt, too. He's not a problem. He's the problem in that division. You know what I mean? It's nuts, man. Some of these guys just come in there and they're just like, you watch them on their first fight, and then they decide, like, okay, I got to learn how to do this. And then just do. They just do. They just go out there and they just learn how to just murder people.
Yeah, it was tough because I think here's also a part of the judging that I certainly want to emphasize is when we brought in the judges, we said, hey, if there is a particular nominee that's not on this list, make sure that you nominate them. And so the first round, they were nominating. And so, I didn't really think the Nasty Native actually belonged in this category until I saw all the nominations for him. And I'm like, oh, I guess he is part of that category.
He absolutely does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, well, and so it just made it that much more tougher. Adding him in, adding all these different fighters from across the branch in, you're like, okay, how are we going to select from this group? But we did get a winner, but man, that was tough. That was tough. I think a lot of people can say that was probably one of the toughest categories to choose from was the Rising Star. Because yeah, go ahead. I mean, you were a judge, so let me know. Like,
I was a judge. When I was voting, this was the toughest category for me to pick because, I mean, you got to think Streetbeefs West Coast in and of itself is new. Scrapyard's fairly new. You know what I mean? And then the OG branch has got 300 fighters that all of a sudden just showed up this year easily. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like, and then you got to narrow it down to the guys who were a little bit more prolific than other fighters. Because, I mean, to be a rising star, you got to have a number of fights. And then you got to have a number of high-profile fights. Like, Real Lion is a perfect example. He came on the scene looking pretty decent. And then he starched the Canadian and then just kept on going. And we're like, where's this dude coming from? You know what I mean? So it blows my mind how much some of these guys can learn in a 2-month period.
For sure. And you know what? I want to get one of the judges on here so they can talk about their experience. King Madness.
Yeah.
How you feeling, man?
How you doing, fellas? How's everything?
Everything's good, family. How are you?
Good, I'm good. Hey, man, that's setup you guys got right there. Nasty pick. I mean, like Weirdo said, you got so many great fighters in there. I mean, Diesel. I mean, Mel. Nasty Native. I mean, Nasty Native. What? That dude's a beast. He's a beast. Mel, I have to say, I have out of all them, Mel and Nasty Native, but I would have to give it to Money because of the simple fact that he's so young and still coming up and still has so much to improve as a youngin', and he's gonna be a monster in the creating. Like he already a monster now, so it's like when he gets more experience and more technical with it, and he's getting stronger as it is. He's training with a massive squad, so the dude is beastie on that one, man. But,
for sure. Madness, I don't know if you have the ability to edit your mic, but it's sounding a little bit low on our end. For those at home, he was saying that, Nasty Native was dope. Money Mel was dope. But in his opinion, if he had to throw a vote in there, it'd be for Money Mel because he's so young. And bro got the right trainer, so he's gonna come up. And so if we're talking about rising star, he's taking in that youth factor, the fact that he found the right coach, and he's looking at his projection for the future, and he's like, look, I think Money Mel is gonna take this. Just to recap what you said.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. How's that mic sound now?
It's a little bit better, but it's still hard to hear. And so while we navigate
How's
this,
it sound now, gentlemen?
oh, there we go. There we go.
All
There we
right,
go.
perfect. Yeah, perfect. You hit it on the nail. That's exactly what I said, man. He's rising for real, for real. That guy, I mean, I think he's like, what, 19, 20 years old and putting in that work. So, I mean, he has a lot more to grow.
And so talk about the process, because you were one of the judges that we had. First and foremost, King Madness is one of the people that's been like heavy in our comments. Every time we go live, he's there. You know, regardless of what branch, what we're doing, Heart in the Fight goes live, King Madness is there. So first and foremost, it's awesome meeting you. Let me say
he's also one of the first people to be on too.
Right, like Madness is on Earth.
I really appreciate the work you guys are doing, man. I mean, this is actually going to spread out so much because it's giving fighters from all different branches to just get spotted. Because I mean, I'm so used to the East Coast. I know everybody. I know all the personal beats, everything that's going on. But when I hear about the other guys, I'm like, wow, these guys, okay, they got some bangers over there in the West Coast. Whether it's Scrapyard or the what is it, Sandbox? Y'all doing y'all thing over there. I mean, so I've been seeing that y'all really showing the limelight, and I definitely would love to travel out there and give it some work to some of them soldiers out as well.
For sure.
So it's great to see all you guys out there. And I mean, you guys are doing real good. So yeah, as a judge, man, I mean, it was great. I love the way you guys set up the process. You guys labeled it. You gave us actual links so we could see each and every fight and actually sit there. So I actually had some time to sit there and watch almost all of them, man. All of them. If not, I was there at a couple of the events, and you guys hit it right on the money with that. Definitely. All these fights, you did a good job scouting it out.
We appreciate it, man. So without further ado, let's reveal who won Rising Star of the Year. Brrr. Money Mail.
Oh, snap.
How you feel?
What's up?
Hey, congratulations, brother. How you feeling?
Appreciate it. Man.
Hey, brother, how does it feel to win the award?
Y'all have my heart beeping, man. Y'all have my heart beeping.
You earned it.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping I'd get it for real.
Yeah,
I feel like inside, I feel like I improved too a lot for real.
You did.
I just feel like I did a lot. Especially King Madness. Appreciate that speech too, man. Much love.
No
man.
doubt, my brother. You already know, man. I see your talent. Like I said, man, you are very skilled, my brother, and you still learning and you still growing. You're getting stronger as it comes, man. Salute to you, brother. Keep it up, man.
Appreciate
Definitely.
Yeah, Money Mail.
How do you feel about it?
I feel great, man. My heart was beeping. What's good, Will?
What's up, man? Hey, for real, it has been phenomenal watching you come up, bro. How many fights did you have this year?
8 altogether. I'm 7-1. Lost 1.
7-1. Yeah, that's what I thought, man. You did your thing though. You really did. I remember watching you first come out, and I can't remember. I think it was Daniel who was like, "You watch Money Mail?" I'm like, "Who?" And then I watched a couple of his fights, and I'm like, I'm gonna follow this kid, man. He's nice. Because my favorite, whenever anybody asks me, what's the most important part of being a fighter, my answer is the same every time. It's composure. It's the most important thing. Because if you lack composure, it doesn't matter how much you train, everything else is out the fucking window. And if you watch your fights, you can steadily see your composure get better and better and better, and your fights get better and better and better. Like you started out swinging for the fences, and now you tapping people's chins with ease. Head movement's nice. You're just real composed and real smooth.
I had to bring it now.
Mm-hmm. So
like
in the next year, Fighter of the Year?
What'd you say?
End of next year, Fighter of the Year, 2022.
Most definitely, most definitely.
Go for it, bro. Go for it.
Hey, so Money, let's talk a little bit about it because I don't know if people really understand your history or how you came into fighting. How long have you been boxing?
All right. So I trained myself for 2 years by Lonely, because I knew the basics of boxing and everything. You know what I'm saying? Then I met with Facing them, and I've been with them at least probably about like a year and some change.
So wait. Before we continue, I don't know if people heard you at home. You trained yourself to box for 2 years?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then got a train?
Yeah, then when what I did, I basically put what I already had in mind with what they're showing me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So mix it all together. You make the man who I am now.
I got you. You see how you ended that? You make who the man I am now.
Hey, just for the fact, the money chain right here, Money Mill for sure.
Money Mill. Hey, that's cold, brother.
Yeah, my little brother got it for me for Christmas.
Okay. I have Merry Christmas to you, man. To you
To
and your
all
family.
y'all too, the same way.
Appreciate you, man. Any last words you want to tell everybody watching now that you got the trophy in hand?
Shout out to all the people that be watching me. Much love to y'all. Shout out to Face. Shout out to Esteban and all them for training me, man. I really appreciate everything for real. And appreciate y'all for having me up here. Much love for real.
No problem, brother. No problem.
Keep banging them. Keep banging them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Madness, it was good meeting you, brother. It was good having you on.
For real.
And
I see your name all over the place, man. It was nice to meet you. It was a pleasure,
Trying
bro.
to do it, man. Trying to do it for the OGs.
Hey, come on.
Man. Getting up
Come
there.
on the Wedo and the Mexican podcast. Let's smoke some blunts and get drunk. Yes, sir.
All right, brother. All right, Wedo.
Yeah.
So, we got Rising Star.
And we got Entertaining Fighter of the Year next, right?
I think so. I think that's the next one. You said what?
I said, I think we do.
I think we do. This is the one you was looking at, right?
This is the one I was looking at. So I'm gonna talk about this one because
let's do it.
Daniel asked me if I want to talk about it because when we voted, him and I talked about why I voted the way I did. And there's a certain thing with some fighters. Like you look at a fighter like myself, okay, you know what you're gonna get. Just action-packed, probably a violent finish, 1 round. You know what I mean? You look at a fighter like 619, you know what you're going to get. 5 rounds of volume. You know, you look at Venom Black the same way. You're going to get as many rounds as is needed volume. You might get a knockout there, but you kind of know what you're going to get when you see a fighter step in the ring. You know, some guys are really good and technical about what they do. Some guys just go in there and bang, but you always have a fairly good idea what you're going to get, you know, and with this fighter, you never know what the fuck is going to happen. You don't, because he's so well-rounded. He literally will take any fight in any category. And on top of that, there's a really good chance he's going to win. But at the same time, you don't know how he's going to win because he's got a style that there's nobody in all of Streetbeefs that can mimic his style. You know what? Honestly, I was thinking about this earlier. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like everybody got their favorite like rap album that they listen to. You know what I mean? So when I was a kid, I remember when Slim Shady LP came out and then the Marshall Mathers LP came out, and we wanted to know what he was gonna say. You know what I mean? You don't buy Eminem album because it's good. You buy it because you want to know what the fuck he's about to say. Like, what is he going to say? This is the reason I watch this fighter, because I want to know what he's going to do. I have an idea, but I also don't at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, so I say we go ahead and just roll the tape, man.
Hey, let's roll the tape. Hey, yo, Tunde.
Roll the tape.
Fair play. I'm not getting
Free smoke.
Got a brother by the name of El Coyote.
So if y'all watch that, you got Fair Play, you got me, you got Free Smoke, you got Coyote, and you got Showtime. Now, if you look at all those guys, all except for one of them, you pretty much know what you're gonna get. But it's just the guy I voted for, the one guy in there that I voted for. You never know what's gonna happen. You legitimately never know. And I just want to talk about it so bad, and I just want to spoil it. So just play that shit so we can talk about it.
Okay, cool. The chat seems to have decided on who the winner is as well. The chat is going up. It seemed like they all in agreement. And so I don't know. We'll see
who the chat say. I can't see the chat.
We'll see. We'll see if the chat believes
like
you.
That. You can't even tell me who the chat.
No, I can't tell.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool, just be stirring pots. Daniel, can we just play it?
Tell me, this is content right here. This is what.
Okay, y'all got to understand this man right here, bro. I watched him fight live twice. Okay. I've watched his other fights too, but I've watched him fight twice, and it is some of the most impressively entertaining shit I've ever seen. The first time I saw him fight was against Vegeta Black, and he comes out there in his little suit thing and his suspenders, and straight up, I watched him go like this. Whop, shrug a suspender off and keep throwing in the middle of a fight. I undress in the middle of a lot of shit, but never a fight before. Okay. Ever a fight. So that's the first time I seen him. I'm like, that's some impressive shit. Okay. And then we go out to the OG yard. We see this dude, and I find out, like, right as it's about to happen, somebody's like, this is a beef fight. I'm like, who the fuck has got beef with Fair Play? Like, I've met him several times. He's the nicest dude. But apparently it's a beef fight. So he starts a beef fight out with a 30-foot tornado kick, throws like 8 punches. That's a wrap. Like, you never know what he's going to do. Like, the other 5 guys in that category, myself included, you know what we're going to do. I'm going to try to knock somebody out. Free Smoke's going to put on a display of Muay Thai like nothing we've ever seen in Streetbeefs before. Like, kid's got a high IQ for Muay Thai. Showtime's going to be a beautiful boxer. Coyote's going to try to knock somebody out. We know what's going to happen. But with Fair Play, you never know what this dude's going to do. You literally have no idea. Okay, I'm done fanboying. If you guys want to take it over anytime.
No, I think that was good. I think that's
sorry, man.
Think about this, man.
I'm such a big fan. I'm like, sorry. I'll be over here if y'all need me.
Well, how do you feel with Fair Play? How do you feel that you got one nominated, but also won the most entertaining fighter of the year?
Yeah, seriously, guys. First of all, thanks for getting me on the show. Thanks for the invite. Appreciate everything you guys do to make it happen. And Wero, thanks for picking me because honestly, that's a tough pick between all the nominees too, because you included. Because seeing you fight It's like you don't know what nuke's gonna hit, the left hand or the right hand. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, do you remember the first time we met? Bro, I was telling Daniel and Tunde about this shit the other day. The first time him and I met was when I fought Punchline. And it was only like 6 punches. I get out of the cage and Fair Play comes up to me and he was like, man, I don't know if I'd ever want to fight you. And I was like, me? I don't want to fight you either. I was like, no, absolutely not.
Respect the power, man.
Bro,
respect the power.
It's nuts. Yeah, dude. It's insane what this man can do in a ring. It's crazy. How many fights have you had this year, bro?
Yeah, I've only been in Streetbeefs a year, but I think I fought at least 20 times.
Hold
Just
on.
about.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. What's the most fights you ever had at one event?
I had 3 in one event.
I don't know anybody else who did that. Maybe BDW, Big Daddy William, possibly. Do we know anybody else who's done 3 fights in one event?
No,
That might be a
no.
category in its own
I think,
right there.
yeah, I was just about to say, I think you might be the only
you know
one.
what?
I don't know.
I hear, my name is Steven. My real name is Steven. Did he fight 3 times in that one event?
He
I heard
did
he
fight
might
3
have.
times. Yes,
He did. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, it's you and him. And I think.
Well, how many times have you fought twice at an event? Because I know that you've done that multiple times.
I fought twice in an event, at least. I'd say 3 times. Fought twice in an event.
Jesus. Bro, you've got 25 fights in a year and you've been to 4 events? What? I'm being
busy. I had to keep busy because you never know.
Yeah, I've been exaggerating on the 4 events. How many events have you been to? Less than 10 for sure.
I've been to this whole year. I think I've been to an event every month. The only event I missed was April's event, I believe. But other than that, I've been to every single one.
Yeah, and you flew out when Unknown and went to that California event too.
Which was another
Hey,
great
shout out
one.
Unknown too. That's a cool ass dude right there, man. Like when you guys both came out to the West Coast to fight, that was super dope, man. Super dope.
Yeah, we're teammates. We used to train together a lot, but he's all the way in Florida, you know, and I'm in Jersey, so it's always a rarity to meet up. But when we do, we make it worthwhile, you know.
Yeah, yeah. What is your record?
Yeah.
I had an overall record. That's a lot of math, but I'm a little too drunk to do the math, you know.
My man.
Punches got me a little drunk, but no, I think I'm 11-2 in boxing, 7-0 in MMA, 2-2 in BJJ. Walk Lobster got me. I will say, he got me with a good one and big smile.
Walk did everybody. He's so nice on the ground, bro. He's so nice on the ground.
He rolls like he's pissed. Like he's like nicest guy in the world, but he rolls like he's completely angry. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I got 1 kickboxing, so.
I've never heard anybody say that about Walk. Please don't.
And so let me ask you this: how many outfits do you bring to an event?
That's a good question, bro.
That's
the only question that matters right now.
Well, I started bringing multiple outfits after I fought. The first time I fought twice when it was muddy and they put the cedar down and it was like mud. And then I fought in my gray gi against I fought in my black gi against Top Shotta, and I was black. I mean, not black. I was brown, like reddish brown. And I was like, oh, I gotta change. Good thing I brought the second one.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, I brought 2 gis and 2 suits just to be safe.
Wow.
So I bring like 4 uniforms every time.
So
that's so dope.
Somebody asked a funny question. Floor sheen.
What the fuck is floor sheen? What is that?
I wish. It's a fancy brand, but no, I wear
He says it's too classy for you, Wedo.
Too classy for me too. I mean, that's expensive. Talking about $300 shoes, but sometimes I wear dress shoes depending on the turf. I'll wear black sneakers, but the dress shoes actually they hold up. They have more traction than the sneakers, believe it or not.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Well, y'all fighting some crazy substrate over there. Like we pretty much got sand, and pretty much sand. Honestly, is mostly all I fought out here. And then I don't even know what there was on the ground when I fought Bad News. I just remember falling on the ground and looking. I'm like, these some weird ass rocks.
I think it was like shredded tire.
Yeah, they're rubbery. They're very rubbery. Yeah.
But no, I love fighting. You guys, you can't go wrong with sand. Like I got traction for days with the sand. That's amazing. Like I can feel my punches when I throw them.
Everybody can. Anybody in that cage can feel them when you throw them, bro.
Hey, so fair. What do you got to say to the people, man? How you feeling in this moment being a winner?
I am very honored. This is for a first starter show for a kickoff for this specific category. Just the award ceremony is an amazing idea, guys. Y'all outdone yourself. The graphics, the quality of the videos, how y'all coordinate everything is perfect. I mean, and y'all only get better. Like you say, it's only the beginning, and y'all sprout. Like even though y'all first started this year, y'all went from 0 subscribers to 1,000+, and it's only going to get bigger from there. So, pat yourselves on the back, gentlemen. That's amazing.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So much, man.
That's dope. Thanks, Fair Play.
Well, other than that, you gentlemen keep doing phenomenal, and I'll be watching in the background.
Word. And you can always pick up your trophy from Scarface. He has it.
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm meeting with him on the 1st in Greensboro. Going to do one more fight. See if I can get one more in before my pro competition. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, is this a pro announcement?
Yeah, the 22nd, I'm having a MMA match under A-Train. He opened a promotion, a fight league. So we're going to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the pro route and the pro career. I'm pretty sure a lot of us are going to be supporting you. And so you always have a home here at Heart in the Fight, but also at Streetbeefs, man. Congratulations on being an entertaining fighter of the year at Streetbeefs in 2021.
Hey, I didn't get here by myself. It's you guys that helped me too. Every little bit got me where I was, and I appreciate you guys. Y'all stay safe.
You too, bro.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Hey, when he becomes like super famous, I'm gonna ask him to follow me on Instagram.
Exactly. Just tag me in.
Bro, I didn't fanboy out too much, did I?
No, I think it was the perfect amount of
the perfect amount. Okay,
it was the perfect amount.
Yeah, had you come out with a gi, maybe.
Hey, I thought about throwing some suspenders on, bro. Like you like the threads?
And then it would have been like, "Hey, yo, Wedo, we gonna need you to change technical. We'll pause the show."
Good thing I got 7 more outfits. Like my man's.
Hey, bro said, "Yeah, I bring 3 outfits per fight."
Bro, dude, and watching him fight live is some of the most impressive shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like, because like I said, you just don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen. You know, a lot of these guys you could read the ebb and the flow of the fight. There's nobody that moves like him in all of Streetbeefs. It's very, very hard to read. He goes pro. He's gonna have an illustrious career for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we're all supporting him. So look forward to his career. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that he got to be Entertaining Fighter of the Year. So with that, let's actually go to our next category, which is actually another tough category, and that is the Sandbox Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's actually bring up Buscetto and Tank should be back here. If not,
yeah, because I got some questions for him on this. I want to know how this was. Well, I want to know how it was picked. Like, I just want to know how it was picked. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
as far as like the parameters, because I heard about it. Like I heard about this award being put out, but we didn't vote on it. They chose it, and so I want to know the parameters because there was a whole lot of rumors going around. Like, is it only your fights in the sandbox? Is it you representing the West Coast? What is it? You know what I mean? Like, how did you get to the decision you made? Was that your question, Daniel? My bad.
No. I'm glad you asked. That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
because we had a number of debates, right? We had 2 debates, and not only on our platform, but we had debates on Facebook. And so I'm glad that we're finally and we get to hear how they chose the Sandbox Champion.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear all that.
I mean, if you can cliff note it, like some of us got to be at a strip club in a couple hours, so cliff note it.
I feel it. I feel that. I feel that. Hey, man, no, honestly, like all of what this award came to be, like this sandbox champion came to be was a lot, man. It originally, you know, like we try to put some guidelines to it, to what kind of fight, like how dominant you are in the sandbox, how this and that, but us on the West Coast, man, and how much the sandbox means to us, like we started putting in like what you contribute to the sandbox, how much you help out, like being at so many events, stepping up when stepping up is needed, you know, like we needed all that every single time, and I think the winner shows that 100%.
Yeah, so in my mind, it was like, if you're the sandbox champ, then you represent West Coast. So, you know, who's really stepped up in this year and who has jumped in there and fought a bunch and you know, is active in the Facebook group, and just it's kind of an all-encompassing thing, you know what I'm saying? And so if you hold this championship, then you know you represent the West Coast this year.
So you know, and you said something interesting that just caught my eye just now. So will it be like one award that's passed around, or will you make a new trophy every year?
I'm thinking of making a new one, man. I think this Sandbox Award means so much to me and like everybody on the West Coast. I want them to have their trophy, you know, their award, and we make a different one every time, man, because this thing's huge.
For sure. And so, was it like how tough? I know we were talking about, you know, the fighters, but
real tough. like last minute tough. Like, man, it was. We had the same conversation with different outcomes so many times, you know, like we all convinced each other of different winners time and time again, you know, like we all decided on one, and then we were like, but this fighter's done this, and then we changed it up a little bit, and then we're like, yeah, but how about this? And then we switched again. So it was tough, but I think we made the right choice.
Yeah, for sure. At one point I was like, can we just buy like a couple more belts and just have like 4 or 5 sandbox champs? You know what I'm saying?
So for this, do we get to see 5 nominees like the rest of the categories, and then a pick, or is it just a pick that you announce? Cool. Apparently that was a good goddamn question, huh?
Yeah, they're just going to announce. Well,
just going to announce it. Cool.
Yeah, they're just going to announce it, but we have the graphic for it because they told us in advance who the winner is. Yeah, you know, I had to make sure. I wanted to make sure that every single winner had a graphic for them. And so when I reached out to them, they were still debating. And so this is like this, we're not playing. Like this came down to the very last minute. This was really, really tough.
It was bad. It was all bad, man.
I can imagine.
And so is it time to?
I think so. We do it, man. Let's do
you
it.
guys.
Oh, I'm on it again.
Free smoke!
Oh, he's pulling the Venom Black.
Free smoke!
Free smoke!
I don't know if you know that he on.
Is he vacuuming?
Hey, that's the new hard to fight.
Oh, hey!
He's not vacuuming. Hey!
Congrats, homie. Congratulations.
Did I win this shit?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we were just playing around, man.
I won this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I feel like y'all on some April Fool's shit, bro.
It was April, maybe, but it's December.
Got it.
All that.
Get called out.
me, bro.
Hey, I can't even see the chat, but I already know exactly what you're talking about.
Hey.
But there's a reason you kept it, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason you kept it with me, man.
Hell yeah. You deserve that shit, bro.
Congratulations.
Hey, no, I
man.
appreciate it. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I was a judge on this panel. I voted for Coyote for this shit. So, you know, or I think I voted for Coyote or Native, one of them two. But regardless, I feel like one of them two deserved it. But I appreciate every one of y'all that even like, you know, suggested me for that. That's cool as fuck to me. And even to be nominated for 3 things tonight, bro, that shit's crazy, bro. Like nuts.
You most nominated.
That's a dope. I feel like that. Well, I'm a little bit biased, but that's my favorite award right there. Champion. No wait, I mean no bias. But yeah, dude, I can't wait till we keep doing these sandbox champions. Maybe you win it again. Who knows?
It means a lot, man. Like I said, you know, I appreciate you guys. You guys always make sure we put on the events and make sure they go through good, make sure they go smooth. And if it wasn't for you guys giving me the opportunity, I couldn't be able to do this shit. So, or even be nominated for it. So,
well, that's
you know what I'm saying. So,
is you put in so much work in all these events, man. Help with the matchup, step up when it needs to be stepped up. You ref, and you scrap. So, congrats again.
I just try to help y'all. I just try to help y'all out, man, as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, I don't do it for anything. I just do it for the love of it. So
we appreciate that, bro.
At the end of the day, so
we appreciate it, man.
Appreciate y'all again, man. That means a lot to me, man. For real.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, congratulations, man. All right, brother. We appreciate the time. Yep, absolutely.
Thank you guys a lot.
No problem, man. Tiny Tank, Bushido, is there anything y'all want to say before we switch out?
Well, I think you should line up what is the parameters for those who want to win it next year?
Let's do it.
All right, so first of all, we do start off with what you do inside the sandbox, you know, like how your performances goes, W's, you know, KOs, all that goes into consideration. But also we have, you know, like every branch, we have dropouts. We have people that don't show up, that sign up, and last moment we can't get a hold of them. Free Smoke has stepped up every single time when someone needs an opponent, you know, helping out that way. Or he gets there even before me a lot of the time. I mean, that. Mike back,
bro, because the Canadian said, "Free Smoke, please beat your barber ass."
Oh my god!
And it's just so rare that the Canadian says funny shit. When he does, I have to acknowledge it.
I feel that. Hey, but yeah, he shows up early for the events. He helps set stuff up. He helps with matchups. He helps people weigh in and sign up, and he represents what the sandbox is. You know, it's a family, but we throw down. And I don't know. I think all those categories are going to come into consideration every year for that sandbox award.
Well said, man.
Excellent. Word. Well, thanks, gentlemen. We appreciate it. I'm glad that you picked us as a medium, as an outlet to, you know, give us an opportunity to really award Free Smoke for his contributions to the sandbox, because it's been big. I mean, the man has definitely, his presence has definitely stepped up this year.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Yeah.
For sure. All right, fellas. Thank y'all for joining. We appreciate y'all. Man.
Thank you guys so much.
Please continue to watch the show.
Later.
Peace.
Tunde.
Yes, sir.
Wedo, how y'all doing? I know there's a lot of awards to go
through. You good, bro. You good. Strip clubs is open late. I'm good, man.
You're hilarious.
Strip clubs are open late. You're hilarious for sure. I think the show is going well so far. It seems like people are engaged, and we are near 2 hours.
Sunshine said I look good, so.
Hey, so
that's all I need, bro. That's all I need.
Can we take this moment to talk about you and Sunshine?
Nope.
No, how
What's
about
next
no?
on the agenda, my friend?
Yeah, exactly. That's Tunde. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
stirring the
you
pot.
stop stirring.
And
So we have a lot of crazy and dope content. Some of my favorite stuff that we produce is Daniel's promos. I can watch Daniel's promos all day. I remember the first time. I remember the first time I saw Daniel's promos. It was for the award show. Like I volunteered to join, and they said they needed some assistance with the award show last year. And I remember Daniel was like, "Yeah, this is what I'm envisioning. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this." Okay, cool. I already knew Daniel could edit. Then I saw his promos and I said, "Yo, what? What?" And every time you put out a promo, it's the same response. Everybody's like, "Oh, I love that shit. Oh, I love that
It's
shit."
like, this is the best promo we've ever seen until he does the next one. And then that's the best promo we've ever seen, bro. Like, right? Even the awards promo for this show was dope as fuck. And it just, like, it was super simple, but it was just so slick.
Man. Daniel has his way of catching the story. Especially with the Venom Black 619, that one was crazy. Also, the Wedo GA or UNGA, that one, because
honestly, all the promos he does for me are fire. I'm not gonna lie, he's so good. Like, his promos make me hype for my own fucking fights, bro. You know how hard that shit is to do? Like, I'll watch a promo and be excited to fight. Yeah.
For sure.
And I know what I'm saying. I already know what I said, but I'm still. It's just the magic, man. The magic he puts in them shits. It's so good.
And what I really liked about you and GA's promo, the energy that was captured in a promo shone through in y'all like DNA. So when we had y'all watch it live and react to it live, it was like, dang, you from watching the promo, I was like, oh yeah, Wedo really intimidated this man. And then we cut back to y'all, and you were just like, "I'm going to beat your ass," and then that was it.
Yes,
I definitely appreciate that, y'all. It's definitely it's making me blush on so many levels. I'm like, all right, y'all. This is an award show, not for me, but for everyone else. But I do my best. I think that's the best that I can say. I do my best. And I'm glad that folks like it. I'm glad that folks like that kind of contribution. And it helps engage fighters and hypes up the fights.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so this is heart in the fight. We heart in the fight. But Daniel's the heart in the fight.
For sure. He's the mind.
Real talk. Yeah.
He's the heart.
With that goofy ass smile right now. You are, though, man. You the backbone of this shit.
Thank you. Thank you. And so one of the things that I love about this award show is that we have, and my son also agrees with that. He's like, yeah, I like that award too. It's the biggest heart award. It's the biggest heart award that we do. Yes. And so the biggest heart award, depending on the context, if it's outside of fighting, when we talk about someone with the biggest heart, you're talking about someone who's kind, polite, generous, empathetic. But also, when you talk about the biggest heart inside of a fight context, you see that, oh, they had a lot of heart. It means that they weren't willing to back down. They're willing to overcome obstacles, whether or not they were overmatched, like they are willing to push through. And so we wanted to give an award that kind of encompasses all that. Right? When we talk about the biggest fight, the biggest heart, we're talking about folks who embody that. No matter where they are, they embody the one that they are kind, they are caring, they are empathetic, but also they are dogs in the fight. And they continue to push boundaries and set a prime example for us all, right, to live up to strive for. And so what we want to do is honor those particular figures in the Streetbeefs community, because we see you. We see the kind of significance and impact you have, not only in the fights, but on everyone else in the community, because it makes us want to become better. And so with that, let's actually play a video that highlights the 3 gentlemen that we would like to highlight for the biggest heart award.
Mr. Mudd, 5'8", 130 pounds out of Roanoke, Virginia. 50 years old, still going, baby. Go!
Conley out of Thurston County, Washington. I'd like to thank all my training partners for beating the crap out of me so I can be ready for this.
Keep pushing,
WA, 50 years old, in the third and final round of life.
Don't be afraid to go.
Hey, so we gonna rename this the AARP award?
Oh, come on now.
Nah, I'm just messing with y'all. Hey, for real, I have met. I watched Anomaly, bro. I rolled with Anomaly one time, and that dude is—I don't know anything about jiu-jitsu, and I still don't. But I just know he balled me up in a tiny little ball, bro, like a tiny little ball. Yeah, it was weird.
Not hard to do.
Huh?
Not hard to do against you.
No, it's not, because Wade's done it before too, bro. I have no ground game. I tap real quick.
Man, out of all the people in Streetbeefs, and I get nominated for this, I'm like baffled, man.
This is the biggest award, in my opinion, that Heart in a Fight gives out.
Yeah, I mean, you all are key figures in the Streetbeefs. Like when I look at all you fight, and I think in your intros, you even announce your age, right? You say, look, I'm at this age, I'm at this part of my life, and I'm still fighting. And I think that says a lot. And I think it, as it was said earlier, I think what it does is set a precedent since, that we can all do it when we get to that age. Because I think at some point we all realize, we have this kind of threshold in our life. When we get to 40 or when we get to 50, we're going to hang it up. And it's like, no, do you see these gentlemen still going at it? There's still possibility. So I just think that you all serve as really good role models, not only as fighters, but also as participants in the branches. Like I see you all reffing as well. All three of you refereeing. All three of you are helping coordinate and set up the branch in the event. And so I think it's important for us to take some time to really honor y'all.
Man, I'm honored. Thank you. I can't believe it.
Yeah, and another cool thing to me is to watch you guys teach guys. Like, everybody tries to teach a little bit, but I've absolutely noticed that when you three stop to tell somebody something, they are all ears. All ears. So it's kind of huge to watch people learn from you guys. This is the message.
See, this is a generational thing. See, my generation was taught you don't stop until you can't go anymore. And I can still go, so I ain't stopping. No excuses, no nothing. You keep going.
Wait, I saw that you were saying something, but I think you got muted.
Yeah, I said it's a generational thing. My generation was taught you don't stop until you can't go anymore. And you don't make excuses. You just keep going. And I'm not done, and I'm still going.
There we go, Mr. Mudd.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
WA, look at Wade. He's the same thing. Same age, still doing the same thing. It's unreal.
For sure, an inspiration. Like I'm almost 40, and I thought to myself when I first
young
got
guys
to be,
still getting it, huh?
easy there, bro. So I thought to myself, I'm like, man, when I hit 40, I think like you said, it might be about that time. But then I see you three guys still getting out there and not only competing, but competing and winning. So I'm like, maybe I can. Like, it's very inspirational to see you guys continue to do what you do.
Well, you see, we got something you younger guys can't get. We got experience.
A discount at Denny's? Oh.
Yeah, that too. After the experience.
Yeah. Yeah, after the experience, we all going to Denny's. Nah, I love it though. I love it. Like, and I've watched Anomaly fight. I've watched WA fight, and it's so impressive to me because these guys are both still. And you know, I've seen videos of Mr. Muff fighting. He's still fast as shit though. Like, even though it doesn't look like it sometimes, I wouldn't want to fight any of you. Yeah, they're just so fast, bro.
Thanks.
Especially Wade and Clutch. Did y'all see Wade and Clutch go at it? Bang, 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 bang. She was nuts.
My head's going.
Yeah, I know. And Anomaly smooth with it too. Like, I was telling him before you got on, I was telling him how we rolled when I was up in Scrapyard one time, and he just folded me in half. And I was like, that's enough. That is enough. Yeah. It's impressive.
What inspires
really
y'all to keep going? Yeah, what inspires y'all to keep going?
I just like it, and I can still do it. And I was raised fighting, so it's kind of normal for me. And Street Beefs give me a place to where I can go fight without going to jail. And that's like the greatest thing on earth.
Hmm.
You don't go to jail. That's a
Bar fights, man.
That's one good motivation.
That's the biggest perk of Street Beefs is you get to beat people up and you don't go to jail.
Yeah, they volunteered for it. What
Yeah,
about
you sign a waiver for that shit.
Yeah. My brothers.
Yeah.
How about you, Anomaly? Did Anomaly freeze? He might have froze.
Anomaly.
Hang on, let me see if I can set this up to where I can hear you guys better.
There he is.
What's going on?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, can you hear
So
me?
what? Yeah. So what keeps you going?
Okay, I'm on now. Yeah, man, I was fighting a long. I've been in martial arts most of my life. Oh, what keeps me going? Oh, I just reason I stay in the martial arts right now is so I can stay in shape because all these old injuries and stuff, I gotta keep them at bay somehow. And martial arts is my favorite way to stay in shape.
Yeah.
Amen. If you don't use it, it hurts worse.
True. Very true. Hey, Anomaly, last time we talked, you had a big trip. You were taking a trip cross country, weren't you? To do some training and stuff like that. When is that going down?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Well, when you do, you make sure you reach out to everybody, man. I'm sure there's a lot of guys that would love to train with you.
I tore a pec muscle.
Oh, I've done that before. That shit.
But
that hurts. Wade, can you hear us?
Yeah, there was I had to go in and get it checked out. There was yeah, I can hear you, but it's behind. I don't know which one. Anyway, I was going to tell you that I got a tore pec muscle. I had to go in to see the doctor and find out what happened, and because I was grappling with a 270-pound wrestler, great guy, and I tried to do a throw by on him. And then when I did a throw by, he kind of stuffed my arm and tore a pec muscle. But I'm healing up pretty good. I'm back out there grappling and stuff for long. But
take your time, my man. Take your time.
Anyway, I just do all this stuff because I love it. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be doing it.
That's dope, man. You got I'm assuming you don't have any scheduled fights coming up. I know Street Beefs West Coast is coming up there to invade Scrapyard here in May. You think you'll be ready to take a fight by then?
Are we on?
Sure.
I don't know.
Okay.
Excellent. Mr.
No,
Mudd,
I don't think. I don't think Weddle's calling you out. I think he just has to be willing.
Nope. No, thank you.
Yeah, I think he's just asking if you when the West Coast comes to
wants us to find somebody, not me. Not me. That's a terrible idea. Mr. Bud, you got fights lined up right now? You currently training?
No, man, I'm taking a break for a bit.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. That's cool. Good.
Well, just know, Anomaly, we sent you a trophy, and so that is with Fire Chicken. So the next time you see Fire Chicken, he will give you your trophy. And Mr. Mud, Scarface has yours. And so when you see him...
Thank you, man. You got a great show, too. I love it.
Thank you. And if Wade was here, Tiny Tank would actually present... Yeah, if Tiny Tank was here, he would actually present it. But I don't see Wade... Yeah, I think something's happening with Wade's thing, but you can show the trophy.
He's on here, man, but I got a little bit of stuff to say about Wade, man. For us on the West Coast, and especially everybody here in Vegas, that guy has been like super motivation. And he brings everybody together, man. And not only does he give us advice on fighting and doing that, but he gives us advice every single day on how we should attack the day, man. And that guy has more heart than, for real, anybody I know, man. So he's not on here right now, but I want to show this anyway. Can't wait to give this to you in person, Wade.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for the service you do for the community. And just continue to do what you do. I think Wade is just coming back in, and so maybe you can present it to him right here.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, I'm finally on.
Hey, I got to show you, man. It's for you, man. And
I appreciate it. That's awesome.
Give that to you in person, man. You mean a lot to us out here. Not only the Sin City Strikers, but all the Streetbeefs West Coast.
Well,
I'm getting a little choked up, but we love you.
I appreciate it, and Daniel was asking, why you continue to do this, and for me, I do it because when I visit, I talk to everybody at these events. I kind of see a little bit of me in everybody, and I see a little bit, maybe if it's not exactly me, it's somebody I knew growing up, and I try to see people for what they are. And I think that's what's really great about these events is that people come together from different backgrounds, different races, different jobs, different educations. And, we all can't be the same. We all can't be equal. We all can't, fight really hard for, like hit really hard like Guerrero does, even though he only does it for like 15 seconds. And we can't really, we can't be as good looking, built like Jimmy Fit or Superman, or we can't have a beard like Tank, but we all have something, and it's great when I see when I meet new people at events. That's probably my favorite thing. When I meet a new person, it's just the first time at Streetbeefs West Coast, that's my favorite thing, is to welcome them, try to learn something about them, and help them feel comfortable and a part of the group. So I appreciate it. Really do.
Good stuff, bro.
Yep. Hey, man. Wow.
Yeah, well put, except for that 15-second part. It's 30 seconds.
Hey, Wade, you mean a ton to us, man, for real.
I appreciate it. I really do.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah.
See you later.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Continue to inspire us all, man. All right, y'all.
All right. Ciao.
Peace.
Yeah, those guys really are inspirational, man, because there's a lot of us that are on the cusp of 40 that really are. And when you have defined your entire life in your physical prowess, how well you play basketball, baseball, whatever, fighting, whatever it is that you're doing, when you've defined yourself that way for so many years, and then you kind of think it's over. You know what I mean? I thought it was over before I signed up for Streetbeefs to get a couple fights in before I hung the gloves up, man, and then I see guys like these three guys right here. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have to hang them up until I have to hang them up. You know what I mean? And it's very, very inspirational until I'm forced to hang them up, and these guys show you that nobody forces you but you. It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so with that, I appreciate we had a moment to really kind of reflect on that. Some deep words by Weddle, some deep words by those gentlemen. And so, yeah, no one forced you to give up the fight. Right. And so we appreciate that. And so with that, let's actually move forward with the rest of the program because we have tons more awards to give out. And so the first one that is going to be Submission of the Year. So let's actually play.
Fighting out of Hobart, Indiana. It's my time. Welcome to the Reckless era. Let's go.
Got him. Back again. He's out.
I just didn't hit the rim.
So guys, you know who it is. 5'10", 155.
You muted.
I said, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
What's up? I'm good. Bro, this one's a hard one to choose, too. There's so many clean-ass submissions throughout the year, bro.
There's something interesting about your background. I don't know if you...
Yeah. Flag fell.
Things happen.
I be drinking.
Yeah. I mean, we all be drinking. I drink water primarily. I think you're on the Douce, is what they call it.
Yeah, the Deucey.
The Deucey.
Watch me drop another deuce right now.
Hey, go ahead, drop it. But yeah, this was a really tough category, mainly because there was a lot of good submissions this year.
Really were, yeah.
There was a lot of good submissions this year, and so even the people voting, there was a couple of times we had to go back and check and see if people put in their submissions, and we got our submission of the year. So I'm looking at the chat, and I'm seeing a lot of people. There's the people's votes. Weddle, who you think? Who you thinking? Who you got your bid in?
I'm not gonna say. The reason why I'm not gonna say is because my choice isn't up there.
Your choice isn't up there. Okay.
My choice of submission of the year was not nominated.
Got you.
So I'm not gonna say. However, if I had to choose from what's up there, man, goddamn. It's a tough, and you know why it's so tough for me? Because I don't know shit about jiu-jitsu. That's why it's tough for me.
Gotcha.
I don't know what I'm looking at half the time, but I know. I mean, Asian Sensations armbar was really nice, but again, I don't really know a lot about this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I am a Reckless Rico fan, man.
Who's not?
I'm a Reckless Rico fan.
Not a Reckless Rico fan.
And so, the fact that we got his fight up there, I think where my loyalties lie. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's see who won. Submission of the year. All right, so
what's up, Gumby?
Talk to us, man. Why? What was the voting like for this area?
So first things first, Tunde, I'm with you. Hydrate or dihydrate. Cheers.
Let's do it. You feel me?
I chose Reckless Rico versus Beach. Plain and simple, because of the level of grappling between the two. Like, I pulled up stats. I got a full page of notes here.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. You ready to go to school?
Beach, I counted Beach having 9 wins in Street Beefs. 2/3 of those wins were via sub. Beach knows what he's doing on the ground. So for Rico to come in, because Rico was winning on the feet in that fight. When Rico knocked Beach down, it would have made perfect sense for them to stand back up and let Rico keep piecing him up. But when Rico went down on the ground, that's when I started to think, oh, he's giving Beach a shot to turn this around. But Rico demonstrated awesome wrestling against the guy who clearly has wrestling experience. He went from that front headlock as soon as he knew it wasn't there, straight to the back, hooks in, attacking the neck. And I think plain and simple, it's the level of grappling between the two. The other subs were filthy, like you mentioned, Wedo. That armbar, that was nasty.
That was very, dude. He was deep on that, bro.
Right, like he's about to take his arm off
with plenty of time to just hang around and wait till something happens.
Exactly.
Like, deep. Yeah.
But when Rico got on Beach's back, there was high level hand fighting happening there. And furthermore, Rico could have just postured up and started dropping bombs, but he was pursuing a submission against a high level grappler, and I think that made more of a statement than any of the other submissions.
That's a great point. Great point.
That's crazy. That's great. And Gumby, that's why we got you on the show. That's why you here. That's why you here.
So I turned into a human blanket on the ground, man.
You feel me? I saw that armbar and I was just like, it hurt looking at it. You feel me?
Bro,
it was brutal.
And Matt the Maniac, I've met that dude. He lives up to his name, bro. That dude is nuts. He's like a cool kind of nuts. Nuts.
like he's old man kind of nuts where you laugh every time you hear him. But
yeah, like he will get in there. He will literally get in that cage with anybody. Like I would bet if it was old Pride days and there was some dude who was 400 pounds, he'd jump in there with him. Doesn't even care. He's just an animal. Just an absolute animal. Yep.
Yeah, man. So let's get the kid on. Let's get Reckless Rico on to speak about his win. Rico, how you feeling, brother?
Yo. Mic check 1 2.
Hello. Here we go. How you feeling? Rico, can you hear us? Hello? Hey, can you hear us?
I don't think you can hear us.
I don't think you hear us either. Okay.
No, sir, we cannot. We cannot hear you.
I'm gonna throw him in the back.
All right.
I'm in the back. What we'll do is we'll tap back into Rico a little bit later in the show, see if he has some words for us. But Gumby, we appreciate you, man. Is there anything else you would like to say about this? Switch
before Gumby, before you go, bro, I just want to say I've seen a bunch of Street Beefs fighters fight in person. You were one of my favorite fighters to watch in person. Obviously, right behind Fair Play.
That's fair enough.
That's legit. That's fair enough. About that. Bro, when I watched him fight in the scrapyard, it was some of the smoothest shit I have ever seen, bro. The only other fight that really compares to how smooth you are, just transitioning. Like, there's guys that know what you're supposed to do, and there's guys that have built the muscle memory to know what you're supposed to do, and then the guys that have the IQ to back both of those up. You know what I mean? And Gumby's one of them, man. It's just so smooth to watch him fight, bro. It really is. He really is, bro. Yeah. I was really excited to watch him fight live when I went up there. That was dope.
I got one question that I want to hold on to for when Rico comes back on. I want to know why he didn't posture up and start dropping bombs when he was grappling with Beach.
Let's see. So Rico, I'm about to bring you back on. I saw that he left and came back. Let's see if anything changed. Rico, how you feeling?
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Oh, there.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you.
You guys can hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear us?
I can't hear y'all. It's making like this, like sound.
Maybe try without the headphones.
Yeah, I'm like I can't hear y'all. Oh, you said take out the headphones? Okay. Let me disconnect the Bluetooth. Let me try that.
So while he's figuring that out,
Charades champion of 2021.
Right. I just saw Tinder. That's good. Like, everybody do that.
I know he did it. It should work too.
But yeah, so it was a pretty good matchup. I think it was a pretty historic fight because Rico was kind of on the uptick this year, simply because like he was just beating people,
murdering everybody.
You feel me? And then Beach, it was big for Beach because Rico was his return fight. I don't know if people remember it, but like he took a little bit of a pause, and then he came through and he was fighting somebody that's been knocking people out. And believe it or not, when we were interviewing and polling people, Rico was the underdog. Everybody had.
That does make sense though, because Beach was very established at that time.
For sure,
For sure. So no matter how good Rico was looking on the way up, Beach was very established.
Very established. And so when we're interviewing and having conversations with people, they were like, Beach is taking it, like without a doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't realize Beach has got heavy hands. Like when you look at the guy and he's built a lot like me. It doesn't look like he's got a lot of power to him, but when his glove hits the body, it's like a bag full of nickels. It's nuts.
So I'm gonna bring Rico on and see if we can check his audio. Rico, how you feeling, brother? Can you hear us?
Hello?
Nothing?
Nothing.
It's
terrible. It's terrible. You doing Naruto sounds over here.
He's gonna be in a beef fight throwing the wrong gang signs right now.
How do I? Because I can't hear y'all.
So I'm gonna just text him in the background.
Hey, how do you turn your volume up?
I wouldn't even know. That looked like you're pulling a trigger, so I'm gonna stop here. So, Gumby, we appreciate you being on. Reckless Rico, if you can or cannot hear us in the back, we're gonna tap into you a little bit later. But Gumby, thank you so much, man. We really, really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me on.
No problem, man.
All right, I'll be around. Have a good one, y'all.
Peace.
All right, thanks, Gumby. All right, gentlemen. So before we move on to the rest of the show, folks already know that my wife is pregnant. She's 9 months pregnant.
Does she just have a baby right now?
No. But she's on the verge. She were really close to having a baby. So I couldn't just give out the biggest heart award without actually being able to demonstrate that on my end. And so with that, before I actually bounce out the show to be sure that I am supportive of my wife through this process, and also my 2-year-old who's running around. I'm pretty sure most of y'all heard that through the entire show. Yeah, he has tons of energy for everyone. So I am going to peace out of the show and let y'all two run the rest of the show. So I just wanted to make sure that I, one, demonstrate that, but two, make sure that I told everyone thank you for coming on the show, for hosting the show, but also for everyone tuning in. Thank you. Like it gives me joy to see the community that we've built.
For sure. And this Hard to Fight wouldn't be what it is without you. So
yeah, man.
You'll be here in spirit.
Thank you, gentlemen. And I will give you a heads up when the baby is here.
Yeah, text me.
All right,
I got some Wedo onesies in the process too. I'm dressed the baby up in some Wedo onesies, bro. It's gonna be dope.
All right.
Hey,
thanks, man.
I'll take a shot for the baby right now.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Let's do it. Yeah, Daniel, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. And we appreciate you creating this for us, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I look forward to watching the rest of the show offline. And so with that, we have the Kego of the year. Let's go.
Let's.
What's up, man? All the way from the 501 Arkansas. Oh, shit. He's fight back.
Warrior Arm and Hammer. Figuring it out. Warrior Strength.
Bad news. 6'6", 175 pounds.
Bro,
man,
I feel like I was nominated twice.
You were. I also feel like this was another hard category.
Bro, that shit was very hard to choose.
Man, we had a lot of so the bad news Wedo was definitely on there.
Yeah, sure.
The ridiculous Arm & Hammer fight.
That was just one punch. Bap, good night. Yeah, that was.
You talk about literal One Punch Man. Hey, let's start the campaign. Rename Arm & Hammer to One Punch Man. He's real life. He's a real life anime character. Bro hit him in the chin, and bro, he hit the power button.
Slept him real quick.
Literally hit the power button. That's One Punch Man in real life. And so I think it's crazy for us to have to select this, but we got the judges involved, like we told y'all before at the top. We had 36 judges. They made their selections. And we were able to get down to the winner. And so with that being said, should we give it to him? Should we wait?
Yeah. Are we supposed to bring out the judge first?
We are.
Okay, go for it. Let's put it up there. Bro, showtime. And that's it's watching that man box is beautiful because he's one of the most talented offensive boxers in Streetbeefs. He throws punches and bunches. His combos are clean, they're tight, they're accurate. I mean, he's probably got to work not to knock people out with those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah, no, I think that he definitely displays a high level of boxing. He's both like into fight IQ, composure, or not even both, all of fight IQ, composure, and power. He kind of reminds me of the precision, like your precision. Like the Widow is known for you are known for your knockout punches because you get your punches to where they need to go. And he has the power to loosen up people's defenses at later in rounds to get his punches to go where they need to go.
He's got the cardio,
and he's got the cardio as well.
Got everything. He's got all the bullet points of what you need to be a good boxer. Yeah, he's got all the tools.
And so he has all of the tools to like lay somebody bare to knock somebody out, and so he did that. He's shown that. He's shown through with that. And so for this category, somebody asked what the criteria was. It wasn't the people that were voted. We asked everyone, right? First, we said, "Hey, yo, like, what are some fight knockouts or some knockouts from this year that were crazy?" And so there wasn't a bare minimum amount of knockouts. There wasn't no like, "Hey, you need to have done X, Y, Z." We just said off a sheer display, what was a crazy knockout, and then the people gave us the list and they voted from there. No, we're at the 2-hour mark, Kevin. We can't do that. But what we can do is get King Madness up here because he definitely voted. King Madness, thank you for coming back on, brother.
No problem, no problem. How's my voice? Y'all hear me good?
Solid. And so talk to us, man. Talk to us a little bit about how the selection process went for you for choosing Showtime.
Hey, that fight was awesome, man. I mean, first off, it was a very entertaining fight all the way through. I mean, they were both trying to give it they're all in that fight. They were all really banging out, throwing the combos. I mean, Showtime himself was just banging them, laying it on it properly. So, I mean, once I seen he threw in that hook and it landed and actually stumbled him, I knew it was just a matter of time because, I mean, Showtime, he hits hard. I don't know if you guys ever heard it or saw it in person. But
I've seen it in person, man. He hits hard.
Yes. So it's like once I saw that, I knew Lights Out was in some trouble right there. But I give it to Lights Out, man. He banged out with him, but the power and the force coming out of Showtime is just something serious, man.
Yeah, he's the type of dude that if you don't play it safe, you'll probably get caught.
Yeah, but he's also the kind of dude that is kind of hard to play it safe and still not get hit.
Yeah,
it's coming
true.
Somewhere.
True.
So he definitely knows what he's doing. He's an experienced fighter, so definitely like I see him winning this, and he won it. Salute to him all day for that. I mean, he did the damn thing, and he's still doing that. So can't wait to see that. That fight with him and Venom Black is definitely gonna be something. But
that's gonna be a match right there.
Man, those are my two number one fighters of Street Beef. So it's like it's gonna be very entertaining for that one. But yeah, definitely he got that knockout for the year. Definitely that was a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. He earned the shit out of that.
For sure, man. Yeah, we weren't able to get in contact with Showtime. We do apologize for that. But Showtime is the winner for East Coast fighters. Scarface has all of your trophies. So if you won tonight and you're on the East Coast, with Scarface, you get one of these.
Salute to all the fighters who received one, man, tonight. Definitely.
For sure. King Madness, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you for getting on.
Salute. Thank you so much for having me, Jump. Y'all have a good one, all right?
All right, homie, for sure. You too.
Later.
Peace. So for the next category, man, we got the fight of the year.
Fight of the year.
Oof.
This is
not to be confused with fighter. Fight of the year.
Right, just fight of the year. Like y'all gotta understand, there's how many fights would happen? Hundreds of fights this year.
Man,
hundreds of fights.
Billions?
I don't think millions, bro, but hundreds of fights for sure that went on, and we had to narrow it down to one that just made such an impact that nobody will ever forget it.
The one, man. And so this was, in my opinion, this fight or these fights are, culture setting. It's kind of like people had their eyes on this to watch this take place. The winner or the loser rippled throughout all of the branches. So with that being said, let's just show y'all what we talking about.
Bad news! Hey, get out! Go to work! Go to work!
You know what I noticed? It shows her the wrong way.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but several of those were from the OG Invasion.
I just turned on the music.
Free smoke.
I'm waiting for it.
Free smoke.
Yo.
Yeah, turn your music off, homie.
Hold up. I can't hear that one.
Yeah, can you hear us now? Okay. So perfect, nailed it.
Here we are.
I seen a couple of those are from the OG Invasion, and that's like a lot of people don't understand how big that event was. You know, you got an up and coming brand new branch that brought 20, 25 fighters out there. You know what I mean? It was dope. It was super dope.
Look, keep going with her.
Nah, go ahead. Free smoke. I got free smoke. He the guest. He the guest talker. He let him do his thing.
Which one are we on? Fighter of the year? Fight of the year? My shit glitched out.
Fight of the year.
Fight of the year.
Fight of the year?
Yes, sir.
All right, so listen, without giving it out right now, because I know we haven't announced it yet, but without giving it out, I went ahead and picked Fight of the Year based off something that had like the most impact, you know, something that meant a lot to not only one branch, but the overall branch as a whole. You know, I picked something where, you know, both fighters were considered top of their class in both of their branches, you know. Picked something where both of it lived up to exactly what everybody thought it would be. And so that's really what I took into consideration for this selection for Fight of the Year. And I think both of these guys deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the outcome of the fight, I think both of these guys sat there, they put their heart on the fucking line, and they went out there and they put on the goddamn show, because I couldn't tell you another fight that was more hype in person or on videos than that motherfucking fight was. That should be Fight of the Year.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And so, with that being said, let's tell the people the winner. Fight of the year. So, Free Smoke, let's talk about it, man. You said impact. Everybody had their eyes on it. Talk us a little bit more. Why was the Coyote versus Wolverine fight of the year for you?
So Coyote and Wolverine was the fight of the year for me because of a few things. Like I said earlier, before we announced what the real fight was, I said it was the most impactful. I say it's the most impactful because everybody on the East Coast respects Wolverine as that dude, and everybody on the West Coast respects Al Coyote as that dude. You know what I'm saying? So if you come through and you fuck either of those guys up, or you beat either of those dudes, whatever it is, decision, knockout, whatever it is, that's a fucking feat right there in its own. And even the fact that it was there as the Streetbeefs West Coast versus East Coast invasion, that made it even more what it was. So the fact that it was there and it took place there and it was what it was just makes it Fight of the Year to me. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing else could top that as far as just being what it was. Even if it wasn't like a fucking like super banger as a few other was, the fact that it meant so much is what it did to a lot of people in the organization. I feel like that alone deserved it. And on top of that, it was a fucking banger. You know what I'm saying? If you was there or if you seen it on YouTube, you know what it is. You know what I mean?
An absolute banger.
Exactly.
Like, for me, I was there, man. For me, it was.
We were both there.
Like, you got to thank. I went out there. 619 went out there, and we were. 619 was the loudest dude from the West Coast that went out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dad News and I, we weren't that loud. We just, we chopped it up. It was cool. But Coyote and Wolverine went at it at that presser, bro.
Yeah, when they were on that press conference, bro, Coyote was going in his ass, bro.
Yeah, and you got to thank 619. You know what I mean? We knew that fight was going to be hyped, but when Coyote took down Wolverine, that was huge for us. I literally told Coyote Raptor, I said, I don't give a fuck if I win or lose. That fight right there was worth it.
Exactly. And you know what I want to say is, and you know what's crazy is, that fight was actually took place right before my fight in that yard. And you know what I said is like, to me, if Coyote went in there and put on the show like he did and like, as if he won, that right there, bro, solidified the West Coast branch as a fucking legitimate ass branch in its own. Regardless if anybody else won that motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if any of us else won that day, Coyote beating Wolverine is such a fucking staple in the East Coast. That solidified West Coast as being like as a fucking yard to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it's just so legendary.
Yeah, a few of those, that win right there, it evened out our losses. It really did, because it was such a huge win. Because Wolverine's such
was a tie all the way across.
No. I mean, emotionally, not looking at the numbers. It was a tie all the way across. Yeah, that's fine. But emotionally, Cody evened us out right there. It really did. You know what I mean? Because two of our top guys in all of Street Beefs went at it right there, and West Coast came out on top in that fight.
Yeah.
So when I lost, when 619 lost, it was like, cool, whatever. Coyote held it down, and we loved that shit. You know, I mean, Free Smoke, you had a great win. But
no, I know, but Coyote really held it down, bro. Coyote was
so because
stay of that. It's that whole entire thing.
It was insane. The
energy.
Hey,
but listen, we got the man himself right here, man. I want the man himself right here to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Coyote. Whack Lobster, Free Smoke, Mustache, KT. We all hit the strip club after his fucking fantastic win. So let's let him talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Let's let him talk about that.
It was just a crazy event, man, to be out there in Virginia. It was definitely a blessing. I've made a lot of friends that, dude, I think we might be friends for life, because we had to stick together and handle our own against everybody. So it was a good time, man.
Yeah, man. So talk about because you won the award of Fight of the Year, man. Do you feel like your fight was culture setting?
I guess so. I guess because it was just the fact that we had to bring the West Coast and the East Coast together. You know, I know there was a lot of bragging, a lot of hype behind that. So it was, I guess I can see the significance in it. I'm just grateful to you guys recognize that, you know, and it was a good time. Trust, it was great.
So I'd like to go ahead and hop on here and ask a question, if you don't mind, Tunde.
Let's do it.
Coyote, what do you how do you feel like you being as far as that fight that like connected the West and the East Coast branch as far as like legendary status and fight status goes? How do you feel as you being that guy to like set the bridge between both branches right there?
Oh man, that's it's humbling. It's humbling for sure.
Sorry, man. Hey, Free Smoke, did you just twirl your beard, bro?
Hey, you like my shit? You like my shit? You
Straight twirled that shit. Like he was leaning into you, like, hey, so let me ask you a question.
Hey, he'll grow that thing out. He'll get a beard one day.
He'll grow up one day. Soon as puberty's done, bro. Soon as puberty's done, we're gonna clean him right up.
Oh,
hey, I'm gonna keep it real. Weather's older than me, and I got more than him. So let's be honest right here, bro. Stop playing.
I shaved mine.
Stop playing, bro. Come on, man. Let's be real. Bro.
You ain't shaved in 13 years.
Fuck you, bro.
Anyway, hey, Coyote,
fuck you, bro.
Whether you believe it or not, my man, that was a massively defining moment for that entire trip. Like, there's
exactly
over a dozen of us made that trip. Literally, your fight made it worth it. Dead serious.
Listen, bro, if nobody else won that whole entire event, the fact that you won and put on in such a fucking crazy fashion like that would have been worth the whole entire trip.
100%.
I appreciate that, guys. I really do. And
absolutely.
It's just we got more to come. We got a lot more coming down the road. So
exactly. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna invade the scrapyard. We're gonna invade the scrapyard. Take over the scrapyard. And you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna keep moving, man. West Coast is going up, man. Again, Coyote, congratulations, man. You're a fucking staple of the West Coast, man. Everybody always looks forward to your fight, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And
always, brother.
Just catch you around.
Appreciate you.
Yep. Later.
And Free Smoke, it's always a pleasure to have you on, brother.
Be safe, guys. Love you all, man.
Love you too.
All right, man. Hey, his little hair just poking up like that, bro.
Hey, y'all are funny. So as we talk about ending the year, let's get into what next year is going to look like. We have a lot of stuff coming for y'all. We have season 2 of Most Undisputed. We got season 2 of Wedo and the Mexican. We have more fighter profiles. We're going to double down. We're going to have more of the Wizard making promos. Who's not excited about that?
Bro.
More specifically.
Dope as shit.
More specifically, we understand. So in the chat, there's a lot of conversation about the representation of Scrapyard. We understand that. Daniel had the foresight to say, you know what? Who is speaking on behalf of Scrapyard at this point? And now Scrapyard has a podcast. We're going to welcome
Bro.
We're going to welcome
Scrapyard.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at
Brick Breaker
podcast.
It's supposed to be.
How you feeling?
Good.
Isn't there one more to their podcast?
Yeah, there is.
Viking Warrior, right?
Viking Warrior.
Okay. Viking Warrior. He was here. I don't know where he went.
Oh, Viking, come on, get your shit together.
Yeah, well,
he's always late.
That man a break. Yeah, he got like 15 kids, bro.
He on CP time.
15 kids he got to take care of. So y'all cut that man a break.
CP time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about it though. Like, y'all got a podcast now. Like, what do you think the importance of y'all having a podcast is?
Personally, I think that it's really good to let everybody know like how the Scrapyard came to be, kind of what obstacles we've overcome, where we're at now, and what our plans are in the future. I feel like because we're not putting our videos on the main channel, that we get skipped over a lot, and we put out really quality fights every single month. We've got some big superstars out here, despite not having that exposure of the main channel. We still have fights putting out, some up to almost 2 million views, 900,000. I mean, we're getting some serious views off of our own channel there. So I want to give people more insight and perspective on what goes on out here.
I feel like the Scrapyard is slept on. I've been waiting for 2.5. How long has this been running? 2 hours and 45 minutes? You know what I'm saying? We have about 1 nominee in the awards. You know what I'm saying? I can name knockouts in the Scrapyard that killed the knockouts. You know what I'm saying? And it's a Scrapyard fighter who got knocked out. But I'm not here to argue that. I'm just saying we're slept on because of the fact that everybody who's came out to the Scrapyard went home with an L.
Hey, my shit was a no contest. God damn it.
Including you, or no decision.
It was a no contest, bro.
Yeah, we don't count
I did get my ass whooped for a round, though. I ain't gonna
now
lie.
you got hit in the cojones.
Hey, Jay.
I got beat up for a round before that, though. I ain't mad at it. It happens.
Yeah,
what do you
fight you and Chase the Dragon.
Hey, Jay, what do you say? We don't pay people out at the Scrapyard, but what did you say we hand out?
L's. And we hand out receipts. We hand out all that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna come on vacation and leave it with a black eye.
They hand out the best Philly
reality check. That's what you told me. We had reality check.
Yeah. Reality check.
Hey, the Canadian, why you talking? You up there got your ass beat too. Shut up.
Hey, my comeback. Hey, I'm coming back though. I'm coming back for more.
We hand out
more, baby. I don't care. I don't care.
It's win, lose, or draw out here. I can't wait for the invasion. Since we talking about it.
We excited too, my man. It's gonna be so much fucking fun. For real though, when we invaded the OG yard, it was an absolute blast. We did all the fights. It was a cool ass atmosphere. It was a lot of fun. Then we all went out afterwards and had drinks and shit like that. But we can just party at Fire Chicken's place.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, World, about the Scrapyard. We don't really have too many beef fights because when you come there, it's all love, it's all positivity. Like you can come here and get help more than you can come here and find a beef.
Hey, exactly. On the West Coast, bro. What if we had 2 beef fights on the West Coast in a year? We don't have a lot of beef fights, bro.
People be
and one of our beef fights was because there was a fight that they had that turned into a beef fight during the fight. So I mean, it wasn't even a thing. We don't do a lot of beef fights here either.
I love
it. Of fights, not a lot of beef fights. It's gonna be a good ass time, bro. It's gonna be a good ass time.
I'm really excited, man. So when Daniel broke the news to me and told me that Scrapyard is getting a podcast, I was excited. Simply because
that's dope.
I think that we're our intention at Hard in the Fight is to make sure that everybody who's fighting in Street Beefs has a voice and can be heard. And so it sounds like y'all are ready to say what y'all got to say and get some things off y'all chest. I know that Fire Chicken, you have the crazy edits, bro. You got the crazy edits. Y'all recording 4K.
Best in the game, bro. Best
Y'all
in the
asset.
game.
Y'all
That needs to be another category. Wizard versus Fire Chicken for these damn edits.
Right?
And so I had no previous experience with video editing prior to the Scrapyard. I forced myself out of necessity to learn how to do every bit of that by watching YouTube videos on a daily basis, by purchasing my own programs and playing around with stuff and listening to people to find out what works and what doesn't, because I've had some ideas, but it just didn't really pan out when I put them out. And I would actually pay attention to what YouTube would say, because you know, their opinions on YouTube, no offense, guys, but you get some pretty like disrespectful and crazy ones, but you got to take the good with that too, because there are some good ideas out there, and I try to at least keep an open ear and make adjustments as I go.
And you did a phenomenal job, man. Like Scrapyard definitely pioneered some shit as far as Street Beefs goes when it comes to like the slow-mo in the corner, the picture-in-picture, like all that shit, man. That's literally one of the reasons I wanted to go up and fight in Scrapyard a year ago, because I'm like, I want to see what I look like on that video. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll get you another slow motion in May. How about that?
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll be there.
And the turf was a game changer too, Steve. The turf was a game changer.
Game changer.
Oh, my wife's idea. I shot that down. My wife made that suggestion to me. She's like, "Oh, why don't we put turf in there?" And I laughed, and I said, "No." And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, okay, fine. And so I mean, it's all her idea, and it ended up working perfect.
Good. It feels good. It really does. Like, I know. Jay got him. You do MMA, so you don't got shoes on. When I was up there, I didn't have shoes on. It felt good. Felt clean. I was sticky. It wasn't a problem, man. I don't remember it being an issue.
Yeah, it wasn't an issue.
I don't think it would work anywhere else, though. It really wouldn't work anywhere else. And like the hotter climates, I know I've looked into it. Yeah, I think it's perfect for up there. It really is absolutely perfect.
We need it. We need it. It prevents slipping. So
something I want to get into, because we got 4 of y'all on here now. What do y'all think y'all bring to the podcast? Because y'all are going to be amplifying and elevating what's going down in Scrapyard. What do y'all bring into the podcast? Especially you, Canadian, because people see that you was in the West. Now you in Scrapyard. You know, people are asking questions.
I moved.
What do you bring to the podcast? What do you bring into the podcast?
I'm funny, and also the same thing I brought with some of the earlier podcasts that have been on Hard in the Fight, basically. But just bringing like Scrapyard is the most slept on branch. But what's crazy about it is that Scrapyard is also the most efficient branch that we have. And it's not no kind of like, I didn't get thrown out of West Coast. There's no beef with me and West Coast. I moved. Rent is mad expensive. And I'm not going to the retirement state like Wero. What I bring is bringing people together and bringing eyes. Now, whether it's me wilding out in comments, whether it's me being comic relief between these 3 gentlemen right here.
Nah, Jay got him funnier than you, bro.
Yeah, Jay got him way funnier than me. But
he way funnier than you, bro.
Off top, we can have a roast.
You know what? Nah.
We can have a roast. This guy came on the show looking like the last weekend.
That's what we bring. That's what we bring right there.
That's the last weekend.
That's what we bring.
Looking like last weekend, bro. That's so funny.
Thanksgiving weekend.
Hey, yo, if y'all seen Jay Gotham's like, my bad. If y'all seen
hey, real talk, you know what I'm really looking forward to? Jay Gotham's intro song when y'all do that, because I know you're gonna do an intro song, bro. I'm looking forward to that shit.
Hey, I got bad reviews on that, but I wrote it just for the scrapyard, so it's not supposed to be like a lyrical ass song. You know what I'm saying? It's a scrapyard theme song. That's just like saying the Spider-Man song is whack.
Who's giving you bad reviews on it? You got like you got hundreds of thousands upon millions of people that have seen or heard that song through our stuff. Now, granted, they might not be the people that are giving it bad reviews might not have any association with the scrapyard or Streetbeefs, so their opinions don't really care.
Right.
I don't think that you intended. I don't think that you intended to make that song to, have it be the Billboard #1 top hit. You made it for the scrapyard, and I couldn't have asked for a better intro to our fights.
Yeah, bro, it's clean, man. It's real clean. Yeah.
Appreciate you giving me the opportunity and the platform, Steve. Like, if you guys don't know what Steve does, you know what I'm saying? He gives everybody a shot to do exactly what they want from day one.
Yeah,
it was never my plan to come on here and be Jake Gotham. To be honest, Viking Warrior told me about the scrapyard when I was really going through some hard times in my life, and it was actually just a relief from all the pressure. I get to, like what's his name said, I get to fight and not go to jail.
Right?
You know,
yeah, like
Viking Warrior.
And sometimes we just need to punch people in the face.
This damn shadow.
but that's what I went to jail for, messing up an MMA fighter.
Wow. That's
like if anybody else in the fucking world said that, I'd be like, nah.
So my thing is, if Scrapyard would have been here back then, I would have never went to jail.
Because I don't know if y'all know this, but I was up there in the scrapyard when Jay Gotham almost killed a man. With
hey, come on!
I've seen that shit.
Allegedly.
And the cold part about it is that it didn't even qualify for knockout of the month.
and it didn't qualify
for knockout of the year. It wasn't even in the nominations.
It was
bro. That's because in the video, real quick, he shoots, catches the knee. That's a wrap. But I was there. I watched this man lay on the ground for 10 minutes. That was the
scariest thing I've ever seen.
That was I was like, shit.
You haven't been back,
bro. That shit was nuts. Tunde, the face.
Hey, shout out to the milkman.
We all had
your sweater.
I'm imagining. I'm imagining it in this moment.
It was nuts, bro. It was absolutely. He just. And it wasn't even. It looked like a natural reaction from Jay Gotham. Like homie shot, he just lifted the knee up, bam, and that was a wrap. That was a wrap.
I mean, at that point, I didn't wrestle, so I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I feel you. I think you nailed it. Because that was a wrap.
Or hammered it. No hammer. But yeah, no, I appreciate y'all, fellas. So everybody tune in. This is the formal announcement. Scrapyard
and the Mexican got boring, so we bringing Scrapyard to the forefront.
Scrapyard got its official podcast. The name of the podcast is
We Don't Know Yet.
It might just be We Don't Know Yet.
Yeah. Here's
not quite sure.
Not quite sure.
Hey, TC, Widow and the Mexican ain't got boring, bro. It's just what happened is the real lion made you his bitch, so you had to move. That's what happened, homie. You the real lion's baby boy.
I had to move.
Real lion's
baby boy.
Hold on. In his defense, he kept on getting pushed and hitting his head up against the side of the cage. So it was like I was the one who stopped that fight because there was nothing you can do against the push and the punch. Like every time he's getting hit, he's hitting his head on the wall, and it wasn't. I feel like the ref could have warned him about that. So my bad for that.
You give Jay Gotham a hug for having your back right now, bro.
Jay Gotham saved me. I was getting
your life.
Saved your goddamn life.
You know what is crazy? You know, when Werrell got his nuts handed to him, literally on the platter twice. Literally. Everyone was like down on Werrell, but what did Werrell do? He came back and he fought like an Irish man in the bar. Now Werrell is German by last name, but
bro, my last name is Greek. What the fuck are you talking about?
Greek? That's what that is.
I'm not Greek, but my last name is.
Hey, this is what we're gonna bring. Entertainment.
My comeback is gonna be wild.
Right?
Wild.
Hey, everybody, y'all getting a taste of it. We're
gonna bring the debates. We're gonna bring fighter focus. We're gonna bring got 'em moments. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got a little bit of got 'em in them. You know what I'm saying? So when you do something real nice and you bob, weave, and bink, that's a got 'em moment. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
'em moments.
We're bringing it all to the table. Scrapyard.
You're gonna
I'm
learn.
yelling got him every time I knock somebody out next year. I'm
You're
yelling
gonna
got
learn a
him
lot
every time I knock
about
somebody
the
out.
big names from the scrapyard that have started out here, that come up, that have made an impact. You're gonna learn a lot about them in this podcast. We're gonna bring on. We haven't decided exactly who we're gonna bring on yet, but
Open the door.
Spoiler alert.
You okay?
Bro, Viking War is so dope, man.
not
That
our
beard
work.
is so clean.
All right, fellas.
the door,
We
motherfucker.
appreciate you. Hey, TC, can you stand
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, y'all
All right,
ain't
gentlemen.
All right, gentlemen. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming through.
All right, y'all. Yes, sir. Last night.
TC, stay backstage for us, please.
Bro, Jay got him about one of the coolest motherfuckers on the planet, bro. He really is.
Hey, bro is hilarious. Bro is hilarious, bro.
Yeah. TC is not the comic relief on that podcast. Jay Gotham is. Like, let's keep it real.
So we want to get into the last award, but before we do that, Heart in the Fight has created our own award to nominate somebody in the community that has been putting in work religiously. Early in this year, Daniel joined the Streetbeefs admin community, got in contact with somebody who is in the admin community, and then from there, this person went on to become one of our Advent promoters, helping to arrange and coordinate meetings, sending links, text messages, phone calls to everybody who we're trying to get in contact with during the show, post-show, before the show, all of that. It feels as if she's a part of the team. And hopefully at some point, it's a she. Hopefully at some point we can get her face reveal. We were supposed to plan that for a cool minute, but I have an idea. Hear me out. We're going to do a dating show for Sunshine. And she's going to interview 3 dudes. It's going to be fighting for her heart. And you feel me? That's all I'm going to get. That's a little bit. You feel me? That's all I'm going to get.
Real, bro. There's already a fighter that has her heart. So you.
And so with that being said, without further ado, Sunshine, we would like to award you at Heart in the Fight with Supporter of the Year. Thank you so much for your commitment.
Hey, real talk, you guys have no idea what this woman goes through behind the scenes.
Man.
Like, it is a full-time job for her. She is constantly messaging people, constantly putting fires out, constantly setting up events. She does so much on the back end. It's absolutely ridiculous.
For sure. And so we it would be remiss for us to have an award show and not acknowledge somebody who's been putting in work for us. And it's not like we ask. She be putting the work for us herself.
Yeah, it's just what she does.
Which is what she does, man. And so I just want to say thank you so much, Sunshine. From the bottom of my heart. Wedo, give her a kiss for me tonight. And so with that being said, we're gonna get into see, now she's saying stuff, and I'm gonna say prove it because you got stuff in the chat.
No, I can't see the chat. What'd she say?
Where's my cursor? Okay, cool. Sunshine, how am I supposed to be aware of this? How am I supposed to?
I'll go ahead and vouch for that one. That girl got some cakes, boy. I'll vouch for that one. She got cakes.
My birthday's coming up. So with that being said, the last category, the moment y'all all been waiting for. You feel me? We at the beginning of this, we've wanted to know who is that dude in Streetbeefs this year. So we scoured. We talked to all of the judges, 36 of them. We told y'all at the beginning, 3-6, and they gave us the names for Fighter of the Year. And so for this category, for this section, I feel like we may already know.
Play that video though.
We may have already seen the person, we may have not. But this person has definitely put in work. And when I think of Fighter of the Year, I'm thinking of somebody who is damn near unbeatable, willing to fight at any point in time, and is ready to fight and ready to go. You feel me?
Prolific.
And so, with that being said, let's play this trailer.
Bad Hey, get out! Go to work! Go to work!
Got a brother by the name of El Coyote.
Hey, bro, that trailer reminds me of that time that 619 and I flew all the way to Virginia to get our asses beat.
What's up, King?
So we got some judges on, and we want to talk to y'all a little bit about what would have been into making this decision. This is a really hard one. There's so many fighters all throughout Street Beefs. So how do we get to where we are now? Talk about it.
Who really watches the videos faithfully? First of all, the ones who really, are in this and judging objectively without bias, without affiliations, and also not just having to be a popularity contest, but it be more so of a analytics contest. Like from an analytics standpoint, when you look at the fights, who's dominant, who's active, who's damn near unbeatable, who's just constantly oh shit, he's still winning. And thought, like actually not breezing through the options. Because this is a lot to take in. This is a lot to really think about. You can't just. This was the hardest category to pick. It was for me. It was between Venom Black and Bad News. Because I had Werrell winning versus Bad News. I should beat the shit out of Werrell for losing me that money, because I really thought he was gonna like do it for me. Like, come on, Werrell. You're acting like my fantasy team right now. Gosh, you and that Argyle sweater.
Why would you pick me to beat Bad News?
Why would you pick that Argyle sweater out of your closet?
Because I got it at your mom's house.
That's the way. She wants you to burn it. She wants you to burn it. She didn't want you to wear it.
So
that's mine. I wore that.
Huh? That's cute.
Hey, Samki, tell us about your process, brother, for this section specifically.
I mean, for me, man, all those guys are deserving. You know what I'm saying? But it was easy. It was easy when you just really break it down. It's real easy, man. I'm gonna go with fair play. Simply put, he's fought the biggest and the baddest, bro. We're talking about a guy. He's one of the few guys, especially at a lighter weight, who chose to go and fight Beast. Who says they want to fight Beast? You know what I mean?
Nobody.
He fought Showtime, and arguably, there's a lot of people who said he won. I mean, this guy had a B fight this year. He's had over 20 fights this year alone.
23.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then he's a good guy.
12 months.
You talk about a guy who's got integrity when he fights as well. You see it. You really see him display, his character. And yeah, man, easy.
Like for me, like Samke said, that was an easy pick. You have a guy that's had 23 fights this year and came out on top in 6% of them, 92% of them.
I thought Fairplay was going to win every other category, so I didn't pick him for this one.
You said you thought he was going to win every other category?
Every other category. So I was like, nah, you ain't finna just sweep.
I think honestly, this is the most important category for him to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
This shit sets a standard. It sets a massive standard. Like, how many other Street Beefs fight? Like, what's the most prolific fighter with a positive record? You know what I mean? Like, you look
at
guys
a positive attitude.
And look at guys like Dirty Devil. Like, Dirty Devil's got a ton of fights, great attitude. He gets in there. I can't remember what he is, but he's 11.
He's around 190. He's a
legend,
like 11 and 6 or something like that.
He's legend at this point.
He's an absolute legend at this point, and the coolest dude you'll meet. Bad news, same thing. Like when I fought, he's 16-0 after I fought him, and just the coolest dude, super good attitude, but 23 fights in 1 year, and you won most of them. That is absolutely nuts. That is nuts.
For sure.
Like, it's such an easy choice.
For sure.
Fairplay is easily.
Hey, and not only boxing, but MMA, jiu-jitsu, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's really getting
very well
doing it all, bro.
He's the most well-rounded fighter that I think we have.
He's going to different states, different branches, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, he flew out of California to box.
We talking about it. Let's reveal it. Let's get straight to it. The winner for Fighter of the Year, Heart in the Fights, very own, is as you all can see, we were kind of hinting at it, beating around.
Big shout out to Fairplay, flat out. Fairplay is my GOAT. Fairplay is the GOAT. Dijon, if you watching this, bro, shout out you, man, for real. Like, I don't know another soul in this whole organization that really deserves it as much as Fairplay did. Dude really put in work. And he's gonna have a great pro career. He's gonna be the best pro.
I'm gonna buy a Fairplay shirt. Like, when he comes out, like, if he keeps the name Fairplay, I'll be rocking some Fairplay merch for sure.
Fact.
Got to.
And I'm gonna send him a Wedo shirt and hope he's rich and famous as shit and he wears it.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. If he comes out to Vegas, I'm trying to get that spar session with him, man, because just that style, man. That
nobody's got a style like him.
Yeah, man. You just don't know what you're gonna get, and it's playing that puzzle game. I told him
Samke,
that.
What do you weigh, Samke? What do you weigh?
I'm live.
I'm 160, man. He got a little weight on me, but
hey, listen to this real quick.
At the same time, I got that. What am I coming with too? So
here's the thing, though. Samke, one of the fastest people that I have seen in Street Beefs. Like, he is so fucking fast.
Appreciate it.
But dead serious, Fairplay's 40 pounds heavier than you and just as fast. It is insane how fast that dude is.
How fast Samke is.
I've
But
seen it.
I've seen,
Like
but man,
Sanke
fair
fast
play
as
is
shit,
so
man.
fast.
I've watched him. I've never sparred with him, but I've watched him spar. I've watched him fight. He's very, very quick.
Appreciate it.
Like he will jump in the air backwards and counterpunch. Fast as shit. Like it's insane. But I'm telling you, fair play is just as fast as you and 40 pounds heavier. It's nuts. So you spar, keep your goddamn hands up on me.
Yo,
But that's the beauty of it, man. That's the beauty of what he does. You know what I mean? Like it's like, whoa, I recognize the art, you know, and the freestyle, you know, the imagination, you know, and then to be successful to this degree, you know, like damn.
He really is. He's a talented individual. Very, very talented. He's just an all-around athlete.
For sure. And so, fellas, we couldn't get in contact with him. We'll definitely get the word to him. Canadian Samke, thank you so much for being on. We definitely appreciate you.
You gonna kick me off?
Thank you.
We're not kicking you off.
Yeah. I'm not kicking you off. Boop. He gone.
So, with that being said,
today you the man, bro.
Look, we got a program. We have been on this for 3 hours, y'all. And we got 20 viewers. I want to say thank y'all. Y'all stay to the end.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate everybody. I know some people chop it up and watch tomorrow, but the people who stayed and watched the whole thing, man, we appreciate you guys. We really, really do. Like this is what we do it for.
This is what we do it for. And I just want to honor the fact that we at Heart in the Fight understand that we're building a family, we're building a community. With this 1K subscriber mark, we're looking to get even bigger. And so thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sending us messages on Instagram. Thank you all for sharing links. We really, really appreciate y'all. And we want y'all to know we are not going to let y'all down moving forward. We're going to bring better content. We're going to bring more content. And we're going to involve the community even more.
And stay tuned for Wet on the Mexican season 2. You know, we had to plug the show. It's gonna be dope, man. Daniel cooking up some shit, and also Golden Arms gonna beat the shit out of you here in a couple months, bro. Oh my god, I can't wait. Now that's it. I'm gonna whip his ass. Like the end. I'm gonna be the light heavyweight champ. This is what you was waiting for, right? This is what you wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to capture the moment. I wish I would have thought ahead because I would have zoomed in. Anyway.
Yeah. His up and coming fighter nomination. That's all going to shit next year. So I hope you lived it up right there.
But yeah, so I see that's all the awards. We're done. I see some suggestions for what we should do next year. What I'll say is please hit us up in the Heart in the Fight chat on Instagram. The DM us. If you have a suggestion for a category or some things, please DM us. But again, I want to say thank you all. Please hit the subscribe button. I want to make a live pitch. Please hit the subscribe button. Please look at our old videos. We've produced a lot of content. We have, I want to say, like over 70, maybe 60, 70 videos.
A lot of good stuff up there.
Look at our backlog. Look at our content. Share them with your friends and family. People who are going to fight others. We do fight breakdowns. You may want to look at those breakdowns.
Definitely watch them.
We help you study. You think of us as kind of like the Cliff Notes of fighting. But yeah, please check out our content, check out our material, continue to share and subscribe our videos, and dig deep and keep your heart in the fight. All right, y'all. Enjoy your time. See you in the new year.